What does that do with it?
Radio Plus Sports.
Free throw line, nice back cut, and a find to Cale Peterson. And Gracie, go Pollen! Puts it up, puts it in, gets knocked to the floor into the free throw line. A little crossover dribble, goes up with the right hand, gets it to go. Waupun on a roll right now. Will go up with the left hand, puts it in. Another steal and a basket for the Randolph Rockets. Vanderwerf getting the ball to Spies, and she pounds one down and puts it off the arms of Delaney Rudinger and out of bounds. Walda's going to get it near the middle, and Breeze pushes it off to the right. Off to the races the other way. Throws it up to Emma, throws it down and in. Unbelievable alley-oop to Ben Emma. Throws it down for the two. What a feed into Ben Emma from Will Sines.
Dual feeds Johannes again. That one off the window and in. Johannes to the line.
Thanks to our sponsors in today's game.
Laconia has the basketball with a chance. Madigan gets it in for Engel. Back to Madigan. Spots up. Got it! He scores!
And people, there are your state champions, the Randolph Lady Rockets. Congratulate them on an unbelievable storybook season. Your Waupun Lady Warriors are champions of Division III girls basketball.
The complete broadcast schedule can be found at radioplusinfo.com.
Good afternoon and welcome to Winneconne High School. Steve Witterhack along with Randy Armgate here to bring you the play-by-play in the sectional semifinal Division II boys baseball game. Jeff Sauer bringing his whole carload of equipment here for our Radio Plus and video streaming that we have for you today. But again, exciting stuff. We're in a sectional semifinal, and already the first part of the semifinal is already decided. Exciting game right down to the bottom of the seventh inning, and it was Denmark coming in with a run in the bottom of the seventh inning, and they won 5-4 over Green Bay Notre Dame. So exciting stuff, and we are getting all set here to bring you the other semifinal game with Waupun taking on Chilton of the Tigers. Randy.
Yeah, and it's a cool, cloudy day actually, and the wind blowing in. So I don't think we're going to see any long balls today. But yeah, what a cool atmosphere when they put boys, all four teams in one site, do a sectional, huge crowds, exciting stuff.
And we've had some great times doing some of these sectional games over the years. Probably the most exciting one was the Waupun over at Ripon College. And Waupun winning the first game against Ripon 2-0, and then a 1-0 win against a team that was ranked higher than them when they played them in that sectional championship when they took on Catholic Memorial. That was an amazing day, amazing pitching performances by Billy and also by Bronkhorst out there for Waupun. It's something special about these sectionals when they get all the games decided. You know who's going to state by the end of the day.
Yeah, and you can pull up your lawn chair if Waupun wins this first one, because there'll be a short break and back-to-back games for that championship scheduled at 4 o'clock.
Only if the Denmark fans are ready. They're cooking out right on the grounds here instead of buying the stuff from the host, which is Winneconne, and they've been very hospitable here. We taking care of us very well, and we are all set up, ready to bring you this game. They're just warming up right now, and we'll come back in our pregame show brought to you by Home and Auto Sales in just a few minutes. In Waupun at Winneconne to take on the Tigers of Chilton, a Division II sectional semifinal matchup in boys baseball. We'll talk a little bit more about these teams in our pregame show brought to you by Home and Auto Sales on RP Sports.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Home and Family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem. If you suffer from debilitating and chronic joint pain, learn how innovative medicine with human cellular tissue products can get you back to living your best life. Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
A reputation for being the best, the toughest zero-turn mower ever made doesn't come easy. It's earned by a precision cut, a perfectly manicured lawn, a job well done. It's earned by outworking, outperforming, and outdoing with horsepower, handling, and versatility. It's heavy-duty build quality and cutting power that means business. Introducing Bobcat Zero-Turn Mowers. Bring tough to turf. See Waupun Equipment Company in Waupun and Watertown today, your official Bobcat dealer.
Hi, this is Bucky with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal. Wisconsin weather, it goes through the phases, like us. Whether you need a repair to your current system or an upgrade to a brand new one, we have you covered in all seasons and all phases. Ask about our Guardian maintenance plans to help keep your units running efficiently and reliably all year through. Call 920-763-2301. That's 920-763-2301. Log on allphasecomforts.com.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Kasasa Rewards checking accounts? All Kasasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. When you meet the monthly qualification criteria, there's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Kasasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your state of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net. A reminder for everyone that Bent's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Bent's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Bent's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
Excellence in dentistry meets exceptional service. It's Dentistry of Wisconsin in Waupun and Beaver Dam. From routine cleanings, checkups, and maintenance to more advanced dental care and cosmetic services, choose Dentistry of Wisconsin. Doctors Metzger's, Truckenbrod, Dittman, and Warner, along with their friendly staff, are here to care for you. Visit their state-of-the-art facilities in Waupun and Beaver Dam, accepting new patients. Dentistry of Wisconsin. They'll give you a reason to smile both inside and out.
Every piece of land has a story, written by those who work it. But everyone's story is different. So the question is, how will you tell yours? Behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor, mower, or Gator utility vehicle. Run with us and start telling your story today.
Contact Ballweg Implement in either of their two locations, Waupun or Beaver Dam. Go online anytime at ballweg.biz.
And Andy with us here at the other bar, Main Street in Waupun. Summer is upon us here, Andy. Jump outside, take in this beautiful weather, have a little lunch on the patio out there, huh?
Absolutely, Nick. It's my time of year. I love the summer months. You know, let's find something going on here. We got the patio open, of course, open until close. Come out and see what we got going on. We got something going on in here with the Brewers of the NBA playoffs, and of course, I've got all kinds of different beers on tap and spirits to go with it.
They're changing all the time, but you get some summer seasonal stuff going on there.
Yeah, we transition quite a bit. We've got 16 different tap lines. I've got 3 of them dedicated to IPAs. We usually have some sort of bourbon barrel on tap. We've got Scotch ale on right now, and we got ambers, we've got ciders, we've got just about anything you can find under the sun.
Andy with us here at the other bar, Main Street in Waupun. Delicious wraps and pizzas and burgers and fish fry and the whole deal all week long.
Pizza and all-you-can-eat shrimp and fries on Monday. Tuesdays, of course, is Mexican. Wednesdays is wings after 4. Thursdays is build your own burger. Friday is fish all day. And Saturdays is appetizer special. Buy one, get one half off. And Sunday, of course, we do wings all day long.
Andy, have a great week. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick. Go Brewers.
The other bar, Main Street, downtown Waupun.
Welcome back to Winneconne High School. I'm Steve Witterhack along with Randy Armgett. We've also got Jeff Sauer joining us for the video streaming here, and we are all set up, ready to go. And again, Waupun having a great season. They're ranked 8th in the state in Division II, 22-4 in the season. Derek Stanke at the helm, and he's had a nice career here, taking over for Kevin DeBoer. I think he definitely learned from the master with Kevin and has taken it even another level after Kevin had left. So very successful career as the head coach for Waupun, even Coach of the Year, according to the Wisconsin Baseball Coaches Association back in 2018.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I believe, this year maybe exceeded expectations, especially, I thought so, and I think a lot of people, they were hoping for this Waupun team to be just over 500. A lot of young players, a lot of question marks about who was going to play where, and they've had some young guys, some freshmen, sophomore, really step up, and that gives you that 22-4 record, and it just shows you the success Waupun has built over the last decade or more, and it just keeps feeding up with quality players.
Only 2 seniors on the team, good seniors nonetheless, but Conrad Davis, the starting left fielder, number 8 in the batting order. You got Hunter Camp, the catcher. He'll be missed behind home plate, but man, they've got a nice solid team, and some of these guys are going to be back for 3 more years. You got some quality freshmen that are key players on the team already. You've got a lot of good junior, I should say, but it feels like senior leadership out there with an Evan Sauer and a Mason Holtz out there for you. It's some really nice quality players that already got some years in on varsity, and that's going to help out. I'm sure like Emmett Hull a couple years from now will, along with Chase Beam, are going to be some guys real leaders on the team because they'll be their 3rd year playing by that time.
That's right. You mentioned Emmett Hull. He's hitting in leadoff as a true freshman. It doesn't happen very often. He's been very successful doing that. And then you got Beam, who's hitting in the middle part of the order. I mean, he's hitting 4 or 5 all year long. Doesn't look like a freshman physically, well-built young man, and he's as well performed extremely well behind the plate.
Yeah, you got those 2 freshmen. You look at their batting averages on the season with Chase Beam. He's batting .338 on the season, and just looking for Emmett on here. Where's Emmett? There's Emmett. He's batting .408.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And he's second place in RBIs, and that's pretty good for a leadoff guy. And it means second, third time you get around, he's hitting guys in.
Yeah, it's a little bit of credit, too. We mentioned often, Steve, about Hunter Camp being he's hitting in that 9 hole, but he's really a leadoff guy that's hitting in that 9 hole. So once you get through the order one time, he's really setting the plate for guys like Hull to come up and get some RBIs.
We're going to come back in a few minutes. We'll talk about how Waupun got here, talk about that big game they had against Xavier to get in that regional championship to get to sectionals. And we'll also talk about their opponent here today, Waupun taking on the number 5 ranked team in the state, the Chilton Tigers, who have a 23-2 record. So all that is coming your way in the pregame show, brought to you by Home and Auto Sales, live from Winneconne High School on RP Sports.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Homan family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
The Waupun Athletic Booster Club is a proud sponsor of today's game. Here is some of the great support they have offered over the past few years. Golf bags and umbrellas for the golf team, wrestling record boards, a wrestling mat, 3 iPads for football using Huddle, new basketballs for girls and boys teams, reseeding and landscaping of the JV soccer field, support for different tech programs, and more. The Waupun Athletic Booster Club also provides scholarships for athletes. Good luck, Waupun, in your game today. If you're looking for someone to take care of your tree needs, call Eli at Torres Tree Service of Waupun. He's been in the business for 10 years and started up Torres Tree Service 3 years ago. Eli and his team can remove trees big or small, even those hard to get to trees. They do tree trimming and stump grinding, and the job's not done until they put topsoil and seed where the tree was removed, clean up the debris, and haul it away. Join the many satisfied customers by calling Torres Tree Service in Waupun at 920-344-5887. The Hour Bar on Main Street, Waupun is a great place to meet friends. Owners Bob and Tana invite you to join them for their daily specials and great atmosphere. They also bring in top-notch entertainment and host many special events. The Hour Bar is also the perfect place to cheer on the Packers, Bucks, Brewers, and Badgers. There's TVs everywhere you look. After today's game, head to the Hour Bar, 433 East Main Street, Waupun, a proud supporter of high school sports.
She's made comments. Her friends have hinted. You even have pictures on your phone of what she wants. You know her type, her style, and her taste. Now all that's left is the ask. Hi, this is Kate from Geisberg's Jewelry. New diamond inventory has just arrived with a beautiful selection of engagement rings. Before you get down on one knee, come see us at Geisberg's Jewelry. 5 generations helping say, I do, in a special way. Geisberg's Jewelry, Main Street, downtown Waupun.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Waupun on Radio Plus. Contact your local Edward Jones financial advisor for your investment needs by visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Wisconsin.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Let's spring into a new career with Saputo. Become part of a great company and team. Due to their continued growth, Saputo has full-time benefit-eligible maintenance and 12-hour shifts available in their Alto facility. Saputo offers entry-level pay starting at just under $23 per hour and operator's pay starting at over $26 an hour. Great benefits and shift pay. Log on saputo.com/careers. Spring into a new career at Saputo. Saputo is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back to Winter County High School. I'm Steve Witterhack. Randy Armgood with me. Jeff Sauer on the video streaming, and Waupun getting set to take on the Chilton Tigers in a sectional semifinal Division II boys baseball matchup. Winner of this game will be playing right after this game, scheduled 4 o'clock time, as Denmark is waiting for the winner of this ball game. 2-time state champs. They won the last 2 state championships for Denmark, and they came from nice close game, tied a couple times in the ball game when we came there. It was 2-2. It was 2-2 when we came walking up in the parking lot, and then all of a sudden they had 3-2 and 4-2 over their opponent with Green Bay Notre Dame, and then Notre Dame came back and tied it at 4 apiece. That took that right to the bottom of the 7th inning, and then you had Denmark getting a run across the plate and winning the ball game 5-4. Pretty exciting stuff here in Winnick County.
Yeah, it was exciting. They had bases loaded, and the outfield had a play up with less than 2 outs, and guy just got enough on, got an elevation and got one in the outfield and able to score that run. And yeah, exciting stuff. As I said, big, huge crowds here, and it looks like most of them are sticking around to watch this second game.
Let's look at how Waupun got to this ball game. They took on New London in their regional semifinal game, and they knocked them off by a score of 3-2. You know, Waupun hasn't been blowing anybody off the field at all. Then they go take on Xavier, and they beat them in 9 innings, and getting that run across the plate. Exciting stuff off the bat of Jake Krieger, and Waupun winning 5-4 in that ball game. So they're used to playing some close ball games to get to this point. So a couple of squeakers for the Waupun Warriors to get the sectionals.
Yeah, and you would think that makes you a little more seasoned. We mentioned what a young team Waupun is, but you've gone through some battles now, and you've been able to come out victorious, and that makes you more prepared for the pressure that you're going to face in a day like today.
Again, Waupun sitting at 22-4 on the season, and are getting set, like I said before, to take on the Chilton Tigers. And we're going to take another break, and let's just talk about Chilton right now, seeing that they're out at home plate. But Chilton, the Tigers, got to this game by knocking off Wapaka in game number 1 by a score of just 2-1. So they had a close matchup just to get things going in the regional semifinals. Then they took on Campbellsport and took care of business there, shutting out the Campbellsport Cougars in that ball game by a score of 6-0. And that's how they got to this game here at the sectionals. And they are coached by Dan Kreider, 23-2 on the season, ranked number 5 in the state, and they finished on top of the Eastern Wisconsin Conference with a 14-0 record. A couple games they had a Kiel and everybody else was well in the rearview mirror of these teams. So, again, pretty successful season. I look at some of the pitchers that they have. A lot of guys with some pretty nice ERAs in the pitching staff for the Chilton Tigers.
Yeah, it is, and that's why your teams are good. You have to start with pitching. Waupun has a good pitching. Chilton's going to have good pitching, and it's going to come down to maybe the opportunity of the team to push some runs across, generate runs. Playing a little small ball might be part of the mix today with the wind blowing in. You're not going to probably see any dingers. So it's going to come down to that, and hopefully, either team doesn't have a bunch of errors, because that can really blow your season up.
Yeah, that's all it takes. A couple little booted balls, and you get a little nervous and you tighten up, and all of a sudden that kind of mounts a little bit. But one run can make a difference here. And pretty stingy pitcher that they have on the mound for the Chilton Tigers. They got Max Miller, 8-0 on the season with a .38 ERA. So
yeah, that's amazing stuff. Less than one is always amazing.
Of course, Waupun throws a pretty good pitcher out there too, putting Mason Holtz, really their ace pitcher during the season. He's 8-1 on the season with a 1.22 ERA and 83 strikeouts. A lefty besides for Waupun, so it'll be fun to see how he battles. Like I said, he's a pretty seasoned veteran out there, even though he's only a junior on the team, and he's going to take them out in what you should be. It should always be, and Waupun has always done it this way, take your best pitcher and you put him on that semifinal game, because he might not get to that championship game if you don't do it. I've seen that happen to teams in the past, and of course that's always been Waupun's strategy, and that's what they're doing here today.
Yeah, Mason, he doesn't look imposing on the mound, but his ball always has movement, tails. He's got a good curveball, and he knows how to pitch. That's the key right there. He's not just a thrower. He is a pitcher, and as you said, only a junior, but very seasoned.
I don't know if they're doing the national. They say they're going to do the national anthem or not. I don't think they got their helmets on and ready to come out. We're going to come back with the starting lineups for both teams in the beginning of this afternoon's game. Thanks for joining us on Radio Plus as Waupun is taking on the Chilton Tigers in this sectional semifinal Division II boys baseball game from Winneconne High School. Back after this on RP Sports.
Shop these and more great deals all this week at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly. Get classic California iceberg lettuce, 99 cents each. Ripe mangoes or large avocados, 5 for $4. Get large eggs, a dozen of them, 99 cents with your card. Bacon, $3.99 with your card. Piggly Wiggly butter, $2.99 with your card. These and more great deals at the Piggly Wiggly Waupun all this week.
When's the last time you reviewed your Medicare or your health insurance benefits? Do you have a plan? A lot of people choose plans that don't fit their healthcare needs or budget. Don't make that mistake. We here at SIA Insurance work with many different companies and carriers to get you the best coverage at the best value. For more information, contact SIA Insurance at 999 West Main Street in Waupun. Call SIA Insurance at 324-2071 for free help.
Motor repair and replacement, pumps, pulleys and belts, barn fans, distribution of Milwaukee tools, and more. With convenient locations in Oshkosh, Waupun, and Fond du Lac, WW Electric Motors are your trusted local business for electrical and mechanical apparatus services. Just like our area teams go, WW Electric Motors can make it go too. Over 65 years in the area.
At W&W Electric Motors. The Britton House is not only your stop for delicious prime ribs, sandwiches, salads, burgers, and Sunday brunch, but Wednesday nights, it's fun night. Come on out to support a nonprofit in the area. The Britton House is famous for another award that starts with a B. You know it. And they host it on select Wednesday nights. Book your reservation at 345-1800. 345-1800. The nonprofit changes monthly. Grab some drinks, food, and friends, and get to the Britton House up Waupun Wednesday night.
Most of us plan ahead in life. We plan for our wedding, our children's education, family vacations, and other life events. Understanding the benefits of pre-planning your funeral has prompted many to take the step and plan for their own arrangements. The biggest reason is so your family is put at ease by knowing your decisions are taken care of. The burden is lifted off their shoulders. Call 324-5547 to discuss pre-planning your funeral arrangements.
Coles Community Funeral Homes, Markesan, Randolph, and Waupun.
The Waupun team is having a sweet season. Speaking of sweetness, let's all get to Goots Candy. Gourmet coffee, specialty popcorn, a sweet bite of gourmet chocolates, and more. If you're seeking the finest, choose Goots Candy. Come and see them for some yummy homemade chocolates, turtles, drink specials, specialty popcorns, candy, nuts, ice cream, knickknacks, and much more. Main Street, Waupun. And Goots Candy, a sweet treat.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Homan family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
Okay, we are back at Winneconne High School. Steve Witterhack along with Randy Armgren. Now seeing the starting lineups for both teams, and Waupun has found out that they are the visiting team because of seeding?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Derek Stanky thought it was a coin flip, but apparently it's only for the championship game. Okay. Otherwise, the higher seed is the home in the semis.
Okay, Waupun wearing their gray uniforms. Of course, if you're watching this, you can see that. But if you're listening on the radio, the gray uniforms, the black sleeves, and the white pants. And for Chilton, just basically going with the white uniforms. Their colors there are blue and gold. It should be a great contest. 3 teams in the top 10, ranked in the top 10 in this sectional, with Denmark already knocking off the only team that wasn't ranked with it. Man, they sure played like they should be a team in the top 10 by going right down to the bottom of the 7th on a 4-4 ball game and losing 5-4 with Green Bay Notre Dame.
Yeah, game that could have gone either way. Denmark able to just stick with it and get it done.
Okay, we're going to take another break, come back with the starting lineups at the beginning of this afternoon's game from Winneconne High School. Back after this with more Waupun Warrior Baseball on RP Sports.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem. If you suffer from debilitating and chronic joint pain, learn how innovative medicine with human cellular tissue products can get you back to living your best life. Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Casasa Rewards checking accounts? All Casasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees when you meet the monthly qualification criteria. There's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Casasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
Hi, this is Jackie with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal. Let our family take care of yours. We offer American Standard and Coleman furnaces and air conditioners that come with a 15-year parts and a 10-year labor warranty. Schedule us to come out and make sure your furnace, AC, or geothermal units are running at peak efficiency. Serving Fond du Lac, Dodge, Columbia, and Green Lake counties. Call 920-763-2301. That's 920-763-2301. Log on to allphasecomforts.com.
Today's umpires.
We are ready to play some ball here on this. Turned out to be a sunny afternoon here at Winneconne High School. Steve and Randy with you. Jeff on the video streaming. And again, Waupun here in the sectional semifinal, taking on the Chilton Tigers in this ball game. Let's take a look at the batting order for the Waupun Warriors. Emmett Hull, he'll be starting over at third base and batting first, followed by pitcher Mason Holtz. Batting third is Evan Sauer, leads in about every category offensively for Waupun. He's the shortstop. Then first baseman Jay Krieger batting in the cleanup. Designated hitter and freshman Chase Beam, he is batting fifth. Ethan Cunningham, the right fielder, batting sixth. After that, Brian Ferris, the center fielder. Conrad Davis is the left fielder. And rounding up the batting order, a very good ninth batter with Hunter Camp, the catcher. Landon Richter will be your second baseman. Let's take a look at the Chilton Tigers. And Max Miller, like we mentioned before, on the mound, a right-handed pitcher, 8-0 on the season with a .38 ERA. Nolan, I should say, is behind home plate. Ryan Lissaway is the first baseman. Dalton Tash over at second base. Austin Gabi is the shortstop. Hunter Robecki is at third base, and left to right in their outfield is Kenyon Davidson, Ryan Biarki, and Zach Halbach. We are ready to play some ball here at Winneconne High School. Not a bad view of the field from where we're at in the press box right behind home plate. Great crowd here for a full day of baseball. It started at 10 o'clock this morning with that Denmark ball game against Green Bay Notre Dame. That got done just a little before noon. Game number 2 of 3 scheduled games here at Winneconne High School.
Waupun occupying the third base dugout.
Emmett Hull steps to the plate first for the Warriors. First pitch into him right down Main Street. A called strike, no offer. Emmett batting .408 on the season. Converted shortstop here his freshman year. Normally a shortstop, but now he's over at third base. Learning process. High chopper over towards third. Rebecki comes in, fires about over the top of the head of the first baseman, and in a high throwing air by the third baseman, Rebecki, and Waupun starts out with a leadoff runner on base.
Yeah, you mentioned nerves, Steve. They could be a factor in a game, and right there, just sailed one. Easy play, actually.
We'll bring up Mason Holtz, pitcher for the game today, and really consider the stopper for Waupun. The number 1 spot for him, the left-hander, and bats from the left side of the plate. That one's
close.
Yeah, that was really close. I don't know how that wasn't called a strike, but ball 1 on the first pitch into Mason. It's a good number 2 batter in the batting order with Evan Sauer awaiting on deck. This pitch is going to miss high. Puts the count now at 2-0. Yeah, it looks like a nice contingency that came up here from Waupun. The bleachers are full, chairs all the way down the line.
Umpire's a little nervous, too. He just showed 2 strikes when he gave the indication there.
It was the 2-0 pitch. That finds the strike zone. Holtz taking all the way on it. Makes the count 2-1.
Miller, the big righty on the mound. Looks very composed. You can definitely tell he's a successful pitcher.
It's the 2-1 pitch, and that is hitting out towards left center field, and it's like the center fielder, Piarki, is going to come over and haul it in short left center field for out number 1. Keeping the runner over at first base.
It brings up the shortstop, number 25.
So a fly out to center field on the first out for Waupun, and Evan Sauer is tearing it up this year so far. Evan batting .365, 24 RBIs. Leads in that category on the team. Leads on stolen bases. Great leader in that number 3 spot. That one's going to curve out of strike zone, a little low and away, and the first pitch into Sauer.
And Evan has been hot as the season went on. He's been solid all year, but he's playing his best baseball in the last 3 weeks.
And Emmett Hull over at first base. Next pitch into Sauer, and that's going to miss just a bit high. Makes it a 2-0 count.
Yeah, our home plate umpire is showing 0-2.
With the wrong hand, huh?
With the wrong hand, yeah. It's confusing to everyone.
Especially somebody who officiates on a regular basis. 0-2 the count now with Max Miller on the mound. Or I should say 2-0, and then a strike on the next one makes it a 2-1 count. See, he confused me on that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, 2-1 the count on Sauer. Get that first runner on with an error over at first base. With Emmett Hull over there yet. Top of the first inning. Emmett going on this one, and this one's hit right down the line, out to left field, and Emmett, who was running on the pitch, all the way over to third base easily, so runners at the corners. Perfect hit and run there for Waupun, with Sauer getting a single and getting Emmett Hull all the way over to third base. Perfectly executed.
Evan just continues to stay hot, and we've seen him. He's a pretty much a pull hitter, and he can rip it hard down the line. Pretty tough for those third basemen to glove it when he gets the sweet spot of the bat.
Yeah, it was a big hit in the dugout for the 8U tournament over at Marquezan. They sat in. There's little brothers on the team, on an 8U team, so a little space between him and his younger brother. So at the plate now, Jake Krieger, first baseman for Waupun. First pitch in, swings on it, and fouls it back and out of play. And the kids really like that. They had a big varsity player in the dugout. But the only problem is you can't slide head first, and He has a brother who's normally watches his brother play. Evan of him sliding in head first, and he slid in head first in the 8U game, and was kind of told he can't do that. Not done. So everything's foot first and sliding in 8U. Oh, well, the count runner goes. Here goes the throw over to second base, and they cut it off with a shortstop with the setup play, but Emmett not getting too far off from third base, and now runners at second and third for the Warriors.
Yeah, it's nice. Takes that force off at second off, and chance here for Waupun to put a couple of runs on the board with a base hit.
And Jake, the big hero in that game against Xavier in the bottom of the ninth inning, hitting that run in from second base. This pitch is going to miss outside. Makes the count 1-2 to Jake. He's been struggling a little bit at the plate up to that point, so he looked pretty relieved and pretty happy when I got a chance to talk to him after the game.
Max Miller asking for his catcher to come out, and maybe they're a little bit worried with Sauer at second, trying to look in at signs. Yeah, a guy with a .038 ERA has not been in this situation with runners in the second and third in the top of a first inning too often.
Okay, so those runners at second and third yet with a 1-2 count to Jake Krieger. Looks like Max is ready, brings it. Goes the big curveball, and that was going to miss outside. Makes the count 2-2. Not much up and down movement on that one, but a big sweeping curveball that misses outside. Used to those years when Billy and Brian Course were the pitchers, those nasty breaking pitches that'd be down on the ground. It was just amazing. Even more amazing, they had a freshman catcher that year with Hartcrank out there that was stopping that stuff very well and getting some those third strikes that went down to the dirt and throwing guys out over at first base after the strikeout. It was amazing stuff during those 2 years.
Yeah, Brendan, Billy, Broncos, they had that 12-6 breaking pitch just down.
Comes a 2-2 pitch inside part of the plate, and that one's going to miss just off the plate. Looks like the pitcher, Max Miller, thought maybe he had him on that one, along with a few of their fans in the crowd right now, but they say it misses. Makes the count now 3-2.
Max Miller doing a nice job of composing himself because he did not get that call.
Comes the 3-2 pitch, and they're going to punch him out on that one on the outside part of the plate. So a strikeout. Going down looking is Jake Krieger. So 2 down, and Chase Beam coming up, the designated hitter, right-handed hitter for the Waupun Warriors. Chase so far of the season batting .338. Big opportunity here for Waupun with his runners at second and third base, and Beam a very good hitter. Leaves that one alone. That curved off the plate. This is outside for ball 1.
Miller, he does have a good curveball. That thing snaps pretty hard. Just riding, as you said, not much downward movement, more of a sideways movement away from those right-handers.
It was the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, and that's popped in the air over towards right field. Looks like Hallbach gets underneath it and hauls it in out in right field for the out. And then Waupun strands a couple. One error in the inning, one single in the inning. Waupun strands runners at second and third. Nobody scores, and after 1/2 of inning, no score in the ball game on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. Back in 90 seconds with the bottom half of inning number 1 on RP Sports.
Every piece of land has a story, written by those who work it. But everyone's story is different. So the question is, how will you tell yours? Behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor, mower, or Gator utility vehicle. Run with us and start telling your story today.
Contact Ballweg Implement in either of their 2 locations, Waupun or Beaver Dam. Go online anytime at ballweg.biz.
Excellence in dentistry meets exceptional service. It's Dentistry of Wisconsin in Waupun and Beaver Dam. From routine cleanings, checkups, and maintenance to more advanced dental care and cosmetic services, choose Dentistry of Wisconsin. Doctors Metzger's, Truckenbrod, Dittman, and Warner, along with their friendly staff, are here to care for you. Visit their state-of-the-art facilities in Waupun and Beaver Dam, accepting new patients. Dentistry of Wisconsin. They'll give you a reason to smile both inside and out.
A reminder for everyone that Ben's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Ben's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Ben's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
It was Bermania.
Okay, we are back for the bottom half of inning number 1. Let's take a look at Waupun defensively. Mason Holtz, a lefty, on the mound for the Warriors. 8-1 on the season with a 1.22 ERA. Hunter Camp, one of the 2 seniors for Waupun, behind home plate. You got Jake Krieger over at first base. Second baseman is Landon Richter. Evan Sauer is at shortstop. Emmett Hull, the third baseman. Out in left field is Conrad Davis, the other senior. Brian Ferris in center field, and Ethan Cunningham is in right field.
Bryant Ferris, Mr. Utility, played outfield, plays shortstop, plays second base, plays all over the place. He's caught a little bit. Definitely a true baseball player.
Let's take a look at the batting order for the Chilton Tigers. Ryan Piarkey, the center fielder, will be leading off. Slate Nolan will be batting second. Max Miller batting third. Then their designated hitter, Grant Miller, followed by Austin Gabi, Hunter Robecki, Kenyon Davidson, Ryan Lissaway, and batting ninth will be Zach Halbach. Left-handed hitter with Piarkey up first. .289 batting average. I'm not sure if one of those teams just had kind of a partial, maybe a half, maybe a little bit more than half the season batting average. First pitch into Piarkey, a called strike. This one's going to miss, makes the count 1-1.
Mason Holtz always successful when he can keep the ball down in the zone at the knees or even a little below.
That one misses well inside, and Mason moving right along. He's certainly not taking much time between pitches. Now a 2-1 count to Piarkey. That one's chopped, but foul over on the third base side. Puts the count now at 2-2. We are underway here at Winneconne High School. Waupun comes up empty in the top of the first inning. Sectional semifinal of Division II boys baseball. Winner takes on Denmark right after this game. A scheduled 4 o'clock start for the sectional championship, and always a very tense game and exciting game. Comes inside on him, and he fights it off and fouls it over on the third base side again.
A good breaking pitch right there. Started over the middle of the plate, rode in on the right-hander.
That one misses, makes it count 3-2. Yeah,
Mason Holtz with the same kind of look in and disbelief that we saw in the top of the inning.
Here's the pitch, and that one down to the dirt, and they lose the leadoff batter. And it's never good when you issue a walk to the leadoff batter. They're usually a pretty fast guy in the ball game and find their way over to second and third. So not a great start there with walking the leadoff batter, and that'll bring up Slate Nolan to the plate. Right-handed hitter. Nolan, say he's got a .500 batting average on the season. Throw over to first base, and Holtz with that great lefty move over to first base, but runner gets back safely.
And Nolan, solidly built young man. Typical catcher body.
And that one not very far in front of the plate, but throwing over to first base, and they get the out. Good job. Calmly going out there. Hunter Camp kind of got slowed up the ball, did right by the kind of long grass in front of home plate, and throws a strike over to first to get the out, but that does move the runner over to second base.
Number 5, Max Miller.
Max Miller, the pitcher, coming up to bat. Tall, right-handed batter now for the Tigers. First pitch into him, misses high. You look at Max, got him down to 507, leading the team in RBIs with 28 RBIs.
A couple of back-to-back 500 average hitters.
Yeah.
Yeah. they all look the part physically when you just watch them walk up to the plate.
And he is popped up in the infield, giving
get it.
chase. Somebody's got to call and take it over, and that's going to hit the ground. And runner safe at first and third base, and was up there for a long time. It was just a long time, and nobody decided to take the ball over in last second. Holtz thought maybe he'll take a stab at it, but that just hits the ground. Nobody touches it. And that's another one of those opportunities we talked about. Some of those mistakes can end up haunting you. Now runners at the corners, nobody in, but also nobody out. Or just one out, I should say.
One of those situations, I mean, that ball's straight above the mound. Usually your pitcher's not going to take something like that, but probably would have been best if Mason would have just called it right away. And that's a huge problem right now. See what Waupun can do to get out of this.
That'll bring up Grant Miller. Grant batting .364 on the season, but runners at the corners with just one down. Runner goes. And the throw over to third base. And gutsy throw. Just missing the runner there. And coming in, Conrad Davis to back it up. But definitely throw maybe you don't want to see thrown too many times up third baseline. Now runners at second and third base for the Tigers.
Takes that double play opportunity away.
It comes in high and tight on him, fighting it off, and fouling it off is Miller. 1-1 the count now to their designated hitter, Grant Miller.
Sandy Buckles, our kind of our unofficial team photographer, almost took that one in the head.
Well, they had 1-1. I'm not sure with this, our umpire. He was kind of calling 0-2 on that. Swings and misses on the next one. It was 0-2. So, okay. Going down swinging is Miller.
With 2 outs.
2 outs. We know that much.
That we know for sure.
Hey, Steve, you're not the only one confused because there's a lot of guys up here in the booth and a lot of people in the stands that are being tricked by this home plate umpire right now.
Okay, well, that's a big strikeout for the Warriors. Now 2 down, and Austin Gobby up to bat. Shortstop. And he's a right-handed hitter. This one is popped in the air, but it's going to find its way out of play over on the right field side.
Good pitch there by Holtz. First pitch strike, always so important. It takes about 60, 70 points off the batting average when you look at things statistically, getting ahead in the count.
Comes the 0-1 pitch. That one finds the strike zone, and no offer from Gobby makes it an 0-2 count. Gobby is actually probably their number 2 pitcher. 6-1 on the season with a .62 ERA.
2 guys with under 1. You can see why they're 20-win team.
Yeah, Denmark had that too, the number 1 ranked team. 2 guys. Jams them on that one out towards right field, and that's going to slice foul. Makes the count 0-2.
That was trouble. That would have been trouble.
Yeah, that would have just hit the line and kept on slicing away from the right fielder chasing it.
Landed about 2 feet foul, maybe 3 feet, so not that close, but off the bat it was scary. Looked like 2 runs going on the board.
Yeah, all Waupun fans are like, no. 0-2 the count. Again on Austin Gobby with those runners at second and third. See if Waupun can return the favor and shut the door here without allowing a Tiger to cross home plate. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Holtz. High fastball, swung on, fouled back into the screen, stays alive.
Both pitchers getting their pitch counts up a little bit here in the first inning.
Yeah, nice they put it right on the board here. I like the place. So we got to get that in Waupun where they have that. Put it right on the board. Another 0-2 pitch. And it's chopped right back over to Holtz on one hop. Runs over towards the first base and flicks it in time to get the out. So Waupun does do the favor and strand a couple runners for the Tigers. They do not score. 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 1 error in the ball game in that inning. And after 1 complete, no score in the game on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. Back in 90 seconds with the top of inning number 2 on RP Sports.
This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your state of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric. The Hour Bar on Main Street, Waupun is a great place to meet friends. Owners Bob and Tana invite you to join them for their daily specials and great atmosphere. They also bring in top-notch entertainment and host many special events. The Hour Bar is also the perfect place to cheer on the Packers, Bucks, Brewers, and Badgers. There's TVs everywhere you look. After today's game, head to the Hour Bar, 433 East Main Street, Waupun, a proud supporter of high school sports. If you're looking for someone to take care of your tree needs, call Eli at Torres Tree Service of Waupun. He's been in the business for 10 years and started up Torres Tree Service 3 years ago. Eli and his team can remove trees big or small, even those hard-to-get-to trees. They do tree trimming and stump grinding, and the job's not done until they put topsoil and seed where the tree was removed, clean up the debris, and haul it away. Join the many satisfied customers by calling Torres Tree Service in Waupun at 920-344-5887.
Yeah. Okay, we are back. No score in the ball game. Both teams getting runners on second and third in the first inning, but just couldn't get one to cross the plate. So tensions keep on getting a little bit higher every time you go another inning into the ball game with a close game like this. And coming up for the Waupun Warriors to start things out in the top of the second inning, Ethan Cunningham, the right fielder. So a strike, finding the strike zone, curving and catching the outside part of the plate for Cunningham. Cunningham doing a pretty good job in that number 6 slot for Waupun. Batting .371. This one, a fastball is going to miss high. Count is now 1-1.
It looked like Miller almost uses his curveball as his number 1 pitch, and then the fastball more as a setup pitch.
It's going to get popped in the air out towards center field. And getting underneath it there, center fielder Ryan Piarkey hauls it in for the out. So a lot of air underneath that one, but caught by the center fielder Piarkey for out number 1. Brian Ferris coming up now, center fielder for Waupun. You can put him anywhere out there. It depends on who's the pitcher out there, and you kind of move him around. But for Mason Holtz pitching, he heads out to Mason's spot out in center field. And his is hit high in the air out towards center field, and Piarkey just again kind of mirrors the other one. High one hand, he just takes a few steps forward and hauls it in. So a couple flyouts to center field for the Waupun Warriors, and Conrad Davis, number 8 in the batting order, coming up, left-handed hitter for the Warriors.
Number 11, Conrad Davis.
Conrad, the lefty, they can pull the ball. He can hit the opposite way. Amazing speed. He can put it in play anywhere that's not at an outfielder. He's looking at a double most of the time.
It's going to kind of slice away from the left-handed hitter, and misses outside for ball 1. Hunter Camp waiting on deck now for the Warriors. Yeah, thanks for joining us here on Radio Plus, and to spread the word in case anybody out there wants to tune it in. Swing and a miss. I can't see that far.
Oh, okay. We'll tilt it towards Randy, or if I need to, let me know.
Yeah. Get on the live chat. Give us a message. We'll shout you out once in a while.
Yeah, this is popped in the air above the catcher. Everybody kind of pointing at it for him, and he does finally get it and gets it close to the screen, but a nice job recovering after not finding the ball for about half of that flight, but his teammates helped him out, and he catches it. And Waupun goes out 3 up, 3 down. And after 1.5 innings, it is no score in the ball game. And coming up in just 90 seconds, we'll have the bottom half of inning number 2 and Chilton's at bat on RP Sports.
And Andy with us here at the other bar, Main Street in Waupun. Summer is upon us here, Andy. Jump outside, take in this beautiful weather, have a little lunch on the patio out there, huh?
Absolutely, Nick. It's my time of year. I love the summer months. Let's find something going on here. We got the patio open, of course, open until close. Come out and see what we got going on. We got something going on in here with the Brewers and the NBA playoffs, and of course I've got all kinds of different beers on tap and spirits to go with it.
They're changing all the time, but you get some summer seasonal stuff going on there.
Yeah, we transition quite a bit. We've got 16 different tap lines. I've got 3 of them dedicated to IPAs. We usually have some sort of bourbon barrel on tap. We've got Scotch ale on right now, and we got ambers, we've got ciders, we've got just about anything you can find under the sun.
Andy with us here at the Other Bar, Main Street in Waupun. Delicious wraps and pizzas and burgers and fish fry and the whole deal all week long.
Pizza and all-you-can-eat shrimp and fries on Monday. Tuesdays, of course, is Mexican. Wednesdays is wings after 4. Thursdays is build your own burger. Friday is fish all day. And Saturdays is appetizer special. Buy one, get one half off. And Sunday, of course, we do wings all day long.
Andy, have a great week. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick. Go Brewers.
The Other Bar, Main Street, downtown Waupun.
Let's spring into a new career with Saputo. Become part of a great company and team. Due to their continued growth, Saputo has full-time benefit-eligible maintenance and 12-hour shifts available in their Alto facility. Saputo offers entry-level pay starting at just under $23 per hour and operator's pay starting at over $26 an hour. Great benefits and shift pay. Log on saputo.com/careers. Spring into a new career at Saputo. Saputo is an equal opportunity employer.
Bottom of inning number 2 here at Winneconne High School, and number 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order coming up to bat, starting with Hunter Robecki. Kenyon Davidson awaiting on deck, and in the hole, Ryan Lissaway. Boy, should be it.
Chilton, they could field a nice basketball team with these guys they got out here. Some long, lanky players.
Yeah, kind of coming inside on him, and good job. Nice pitch there from Mason Holtz. Kind of fighting it off was Robecki, but a swing and a miss makes it an 0-2 count. Nice start with a guy that's batting .371 on the season. That one they're going to say is just off the plate. Good place for that one for Mason.
Yeah, good location. Try to get a chase, but it didn't happen. Jennifer Peterson, a shout out. Let's go Warriors.
Next pitch is going to miss high, puts the count at 2-2.
And Jason Whitford checking in. Carissa Harmson cheering from work.
2-2 pitch, and that one is pulled foul over the left field side. I thought Carissa was going to play hooky today and skip her day of work and come and watch her. Her nephew keeps on watching for her in the crowd. He doesn't see her, and that's maybe distracting Emmett a little bit. Where's Aunt Carissa? Who else?
Heidi Potrats.
Here's a slow roller over towards second base, picked up by Richter. Throws to first in time to get the out. So nice little battle there. Good job by Holtz to get him to ground out. And that'll bring up Kenyon Davidson, the left fielder. Kenyon on the season, batting .339. So all these guys over 300 on their batting averages, and even over 500 on some of their batting averages. They're having a great season.
That'd be a foul ball, I think.
Hit the batter, hit it him.
Hit
the end of the bat.
No indication that he called it dead, so I'm thinking, I don't get that.
And what just happened there? He didn't take off up the first
base. He gave no indication that it was a dead ball.
I was going to say it hit him in the wrist. It looked more like off the end of the bat.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Davidson is hit by the
I'm not going to be happy with that. So
on the first base.
Normally a runner would head right up the line. And you'd hit me. I'm heading up the line. You tell me to come. He just stood there and wait. What'd you see?
Normally an umpire is going to call that dead immediately if it's.
Yeah. Okay.
You know me. I don't pick on umpires, but this is a little bit of a struggle so far early on.
Okay, so you got one down. You got a runner at first base, and Ryan Lissaway, the first baseman, up to bat. Good size right-handed hitter. Here's another one. More of maybe a defensive end on the football team.
Yeah, I know. They are
tight end.
They are big and long.
He's got a little thickness to him too. Swing and a miss on the first pitch in. Puts the count at 0-1 with that runner at first. With some high heat, another swing and a miss. 0-2 the count.
Big long swing.
Lissaway batting .258 on the season. And that runner at first base, no score in the game. A sectional semifinal game here at Winneconne High School. Runner going on the pitch, and that one is hit down the first base line, but misses by a few feet. Foul ball brings the runner back to first.
Jack Truesdale and Alex Dunlop checking in, saying go Warriors. We also have Connor Shaw joining us from Chilton. So
yeah, you definitely are welcome to let everybody else know in Chilton you can join us. 0-2 pitch, another roller over towards second base, and that is picked up by Richter. Throws to first to get the out. Runner does advance over to second base. A couple ground outs over to second base, and that'll bring up number 9 in the batting order, Zach Hellbach.
With 2 outs, it brings up the right fielder, number 4, Zach Hellbach.
He is a left-handed hitter. Another tall player. I just can't judge him by Hunter Camp back there.
That's
Hunter's
right.
pretty slight as far as height. Guy, a very scrappy player back there, a catcher for Waupun. First pitch into Hellbach, and that one is a swing and a miss. Maybe fouled it into the glove of Hunter Camp. Keeps that runner over at second base. 1-1 the count here with 2 down.
That one might just have popped away from Hunter because I think it stayed live the entire time, but not far enough away from Camp for the runner to advance.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Runner going, and he's going to try to bunt him over, and that's going to be out of play over on the right field side. Top of the order, Ryan Piarki awaiting on deck. Waupun hopes not to see him until next inning. Game being powered by C. Broxma Electric. At Waupun, Chris Broxma can do all your electrical work at your home, at your farm, over at your place of employment. Ooh, that one right behind the helmet of Hellbach. And lets the runner get over to third base.
Hunter Camp, he's got to dig in now. He's got to block everything with that runner at third. 2 outs here.
Yeah, pretty aggressive on the base pass so far. And Hellbach again with a 1-2 count, runner at third base. Swing and a miss, and Waupun escapes again, stranding a runner at third base. One player hit by a pitch. They got all the way to third base, but nobody scores. And after 2 complete, no score in the ball game here at Winneconne High School. Waupun taking on Chilton. Back after this on RP Sports.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Waupun on Radio Plus. Contact your local Edward Jones financial advisor for your investment needs by visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
She's made comments. Her friends have hinted. You even have pictures on your phone of what she wants. You know her type, her style, and her taste. Now all that's left is the ask. Hi, this is Kate from Geisberg's Jewelry. New diamond inventory has just arrived with a beautiful selection of engagement rings. Before you get down on one knee, come see us at Geisberg's Jewelry. 5 generations helping say, I do, in a special way. Geisberg's Jewelry, Main Street, downtown Waupun.
The Britton House is not only your stop for delicious prime ribs, sandwiches, salads, burgers, and Sunday brunch, but Wednesday nights, it's fun night. Come on out to support a nonprofit in the area. The Britton House is famous for another award that starts with a B. You know it. And they host it on select Wednesday nights. Book your reservation at 345-1800. 345-1800. The nonprofit changes monthly. Grab some drinks, food, and friends, and get to the Britton House up Waupun Wednesday night.
On the top of the third,
Here we go, the top half of inning number 3. And no score in the ball game. Hunter Camp, number 9 in the batting order, starting out, trying to bunt his way on and fouls it back. A couple other people that are tuned in with us. Vince Propson, former Chilton great athlete over there. And I think Vince has changed his place of employment, not Randolph
He's
anymore.
not. I did not know that.
There's a curveball that finds the strike zone. No offer from Hunter, makes the count 0-2. And I think Vince, where did he go? Somebody told me too, and I can't remember exactly where he went. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. I'm not going to take a guess here.
He could text
Nina?
it to us.
Yeah, he's gonna. That's why I put it out there. Thanks, Jeff. Little flick over to first base, and out over at first is Hunter
play
Camp.
by the pitcher to retire the first batter.
So, ground out back to the pitcher, but Vince, again, good to hear from you. And Josh Novice,
14, Emmett.
head coach, a very nice season over at Waupun High School, and he's painting his shed right now and reminding everybody about Legion baseball or softball coming up tomorrow night.
Tomorrow,
Randy will be
debut game.
Yeah.
Wow, nice pitch there.
Top of the order, Emmett Hall watches strike one go by. No offer on that one, and Mason Holtz, he is awaiting on deck.
That was a beauty of a curveball.
A little movement on that pitch, too. He's got a little something that kind of goes in towards the right hitters just a little bit. Yeah. So he's got a little array of some stuff there that he feels very comfortable throwing here against the Waupun hitters.
Yeah, there's a
reason.
solid
pitcher.
There's a reason his numbers are what they are. It's
8-0 and .38 ERA. This was going to get chopped over towards the shortstop. Galbi got it back steps one and throws a strike. Good job throwing a pretty strong arm over at the shortstop position and getting him by half a step. So 2 up and 2 down.
With 2 outs.
Nobody on, and Mason Holtz coming up to bat now for the Warriors. Mason flew out to center field his first at bat back in the first inning.
Well-pitched game by both teams so far.
It's going to miss off the plate away from the left-handed hitter for Waupun, Mason.
Jenny Patrikas, my neighbor, checking in.
Next pitch is fouled back and out of play.
She had a nice graduation party for her daughter Leah.
She's got a nice riding lawnmower. She could head over to your house and maybe mow your lawn right now.
It's too dry. It doesn't need it.
Oh, mine is so long right now. Looks like I'm celebrating No Mow May. It's the 1-1 pitch. Yeah, I got mine, just letting mine go too right now. Maybe just wait till tomorrow.
Good for the environment.
Yeah.
Help those bees and the pollinators.
I guess one expert from Madison said really the thing you should do is have yourself one of those little gardens with all the outside kind of plants that they're used to. It helps it a lot more. But I know a big thing in Madison with the No Mow May. My son living down in Monona.
Bruce Kaufman and the D3 sectional final crew listening from Marquezan.
Bruce. Comes a 2-2 pitch and a swing and a miss by Holtz. Ball thrown over to first because it did hit the ground, but still a strikeout. So 3 up, 3 down for Waupun, going down quickly. And we'll be back in 90 seconds with the bottom half of inning number 3 on RP Sports.
Motor repair and replacement, pumps, pulleys, and belts, barn fans, distribution of Milwaukee tools, and more. With convenient locations in Oshkosh, Waupun, and Fond du Lac, WW Electric Motors are your trusted local business for electrical and mechanical apparatus services. Just like our area teams go, WW Electric Motors can make it go too. Over 65 years in the area.
At W&W Electric Motors.
When's the last time you reviewed your Medicare or your health insurance benefits? Do you have a plan? A lot of people choose plans that don't fit their healthcare needs or budget. Don't make that mistake. We here at SIA Insurance work with many different companies and carriers to get you the best coverage at the best value. For more information, contact SIA Insurance at 999 West Main Street in Waupun. Call SIA Insurance at 324-2071 for free help.
Shop these and more great deals all this week at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly. Get classic California iceberg lettuce, 99 cents each. Ripe mangoes or large avocados, 5 for $4. Get large eggs, a dozen of them, 99 cents with your card. Bacon, $3.99 with your card. Piggly Wiggly butter, $2.99 with your card. These and more great deals at the Piggly Wiggly Waupun all this week.
It is the bottom of inning number 3. Still no score in the ball game, and we did get Vince Prompson confirmed. We heard also from Bruce Kaufman that Vince is heading over to Ripon, so we're going to see him plenty during the year. Our trips over to Ripon, right in the East Central Conference. But he did a great job. Vince did a great job over at Ripon. Really, definitely
Randolph,
took care of us over at Randolph, the high school. We went over there and did games.
He was still there this spring. I know that because I had some umpiring there, and Vince was there to take care of us. My son Austin saying he's listening with his crew in Oregon, Wisconsin. He had a sectional semi this morning at 10 o'clock as well. They're done with their game.
Okay. And we're going to start things out with the top of the order. Ryan Piarkey up first. Slate Nolan batting second, and Max Miller, he is the third batter. Oh, and that one hits him right in the lower back. Got the backside on that one, and hit by a pitch is Ryan Piarkey.
Piarki is hit by a pitch. Brings up the catcher.
And puts the leadoff runner at first base, which they've done so far every. Well, no, they had him with one out in the second inning.
So far able to get out of these jams.
You know how those things can catch up with you if you don't, because it happens too often. First pitch in is fouled back and out of play. Just a ton of cars here for the action today at Winneconne High School. And had a great food selection. We were checking that out before. It's not hot enough. They even have the candy bars right out in the front counter there, not melted up. But some great choices, and it's like a pretty nice, well-done field here at Winneconne High School. Been here for a lot of softball games, too, and a lot of games inside the gym. Of course, upon playing against Winneconne in conference play for a lot of years. It's going to miss high and tight.
Mason never phased. He's
just ready.
Not much emotion, good or bad. He just does his job.
Runner going, and this one is popped in the air. Hopefully somebody calls for it. This one looks like Evan Sauer says, I'm going to take it. Said, I'm not going to back off. And over on the second base side on the infield grass, well, the glove of Waupun's Evan Sauer.
Shortstop's the captain of the infield.
Yeah.
Take over anytime he wants. Just like the center fielder is kind of the captain and the director of the outfield. Those guys are the ones you listen to.
Max Miller now, the pitcher, steps to the plate. He had a single back in the first inning. Got as far as second base. Runner goes to roll. That didn't even happen. And they throw it to third, and the runner gets all the way over to third base. What in the world happened on that one?
I think Evan Sauer just maybe was trying to tag before he caught the ball, and it looked like it shot off his shin. Yeah, clearly a good pickoff, and should have been an out. Man.
Yeah, they definitely had him without having to panic too much with it being a real close play. But now he's over at third base with one down. And dangerous hitting number 3 in the batting order, Max Miller at the plate. Oh.
Yeah, just a fly ball now can get Chilton on the board.
Grant Miller awaiting on deck. This is popped in foul territory, first base side, but it's going to find its way out of play. And Waupun asked to try to get out of another jam here in the ball game. Runners at second and third. They got out of that one. Last inning, they had a runner over at third base. And they didn't let them score. Now here in the third inning, same thing, one down. They try to retire somebody in the infield, maybe a strikeout. Of course, would be the ultimate thing that would happen for Waupun. A good pitch, and that's fouled back again. Count is now 0-2. Yeah, thanks for joining us on RP Sports. Spread the word. How many computers we have logged on now? 220.
20 units, probably.
Some of the bars I know in businesses downtown and Waupun are also watching. That's just one computer there, so it could be 20 people at that one, if not more. This is hit out towards right field, and Cunningham shoots them, and it's going to make its way all the way out to the fence. Big time hit there for Miller, heading for 3, and got himself an RBI triple. Big hit there for Chilton. First run for either team. Waupun trails now 1-0. Just put a charge in the ball. Cunningham tried to catch up to it, but over his head and all the way out to the fence. And an RBI triple for Max Miller.
See those guys with those lofty batting averages able to drive balls to any field, and that's just a big, strong kid able to muscle that one to right field and farther than Cunningham maybe thought it was going to go.
That'll bring up Grant Miller, the DH, strikeout back in the first inning. Still a runner still at third base yet with one run in. Same situation here with only one down for Waupun. Coming high and tight on that one's going to miss for ball 1.
Jeff's got a really nice shot from his center field camera of coming in towards home plate. You could wave out the window, Steve. We'd be able to see you.
You see me?
I can, actually.
Yeah. We give Jeff credit taking his vehicle out there and set up that camera in center field, and everybody had great angles on the baseball game here today with that runner at third and Waupun trailing just 1-0, but we get the bats going against a very good pitcher.
Wait, Hunter Camp asking where that one missed. Mason and
seemed to sweep right through the strike zone.
I don't know. Yeah, Hunter Camp, he never questions, ball strikes. He's just looking back, asking in.
This pitch is going to miss high, so 4 straight balls by Mason Holtz, putting runners now at the corners.
Grant Miller draws the walk, puts runners at the corners with 1 out for the shortstop.
So still only 1 down, and then you got number 5 in the batting order, Austin Goby coming up to bat.
Yeah, another strong young man.
They definitely got some athletes for Chilton. Pretty solid guys, probably play a little football too. That was Vince's forte over there, wasn't it?
I don't know. I don't know much about Vince's athletic career. I did not know him until he was older. Not that he's old, but compared to us, he's a young fella.
Yeah, kid.
Chance at a double play.
Going to get it over at first base. Nobody over there really. Holt's trying to come in kind of a little bit late on that one, but they do get it with Krieger over there along with Landon Richter. We're all in the same spot trying to haul it in, and Krieger takes over the ball. Runner still at the corners. Base runner at first did get a ways off the base. Could have made it interesting over there.
Yeah, ball hung up way too long to get a double play, but.
So 2 down, that's the good news, but 1 run in this inning. On trailing 1-0. And Hunter Robecki up to bat. And he gets one, now it's going to shoot over the top of Conrad Davis and make its way 1 hopper to the fence. That's going to bring in 1 run, and they hold the other runner up at second, so a double, an RBI double for Hunter Robecki, like the first pitch he saw, and just shot it over the top on a line drive over Conrad Davis. 1 hopper to the fence right in the corner.
Moves the runner over to third base.
Playing a lot of first and third baseball right now. It's Chilton driving some balls hard.
Fielder, number 12, Kenyon Davidson.
Kenyon Davidson, the left fielder, coming up, but now a 2-0 ball game here in the bottom of the third inning. Well, both runs coming in here in the bottom of the third. Still 2 down. Strike 1 on the first pitch in to Davidson with Ryan Lissaway waiting on deck.
Holtz could really use a strikeout right here. Stop the bleeding runners on second and third.
And that's a nice pitch that sweeps right through the strike zone. Good movement on that one. 0-2 count on Kenyon Davidson. A couple of hard hit balls off the bats though. Chilton went out to the right corner, went out to the left corner, both bringing in a run. 2-0 Chilton on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. A high heat and a strikeout. Yeah, definitely could use that, but 2 runs do come in. There's a double, there was a triple in the inning, a player hit by a pitch, and Waupun now trailing 2-0 after 3 complete. And we'll be back in just 90 seconds with the top half of inning number 4 on RP Sports.
Most of us plan ahead in life. We plan for our wedding, our children's education, family vacations, and other life events. Understanding the benefits of pre-planning your funeral has prompted many to take the step and plan for their own arrangements. The biggest reason is so your family is put at ease by knowing your decisions are taken care of. The burden is lifted off their shoulders. Call 324-5547 to discuss pre-planning your funeral arrangements.
Coles Community Funeral Homes, Markesan, Randolph, and Waupun.
The Waupun team is having a sweet season. Speaking of sweetness, let's all get to Goots Candy. Gourmet coffee, specialty popcorn, a sweet bite of gourmet chocolates, and more. If you're seeking the finest, choose Goots Candy. Come and see them for some yummy homemade chocolates, turtles, drink specials, specialty popcorns, candy, nuts, ice cream, knickknacks, and much more. Main Street, Waupun. And Goots Candy, a sweet treat.
Shop these and more great deals all this week at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly. Get classic California iceberg lettuce 99 cents each. Ripe mangoes or large avocados 5 for $4. Get large eggs, a dozen of them, 99 cents with your card. Bacon, $3.99 with your card. Piggly Wiggly butter, $2.99 with your card. These and more great deals at the
top of the fourth inning. Waupun giving up 2 runs in the bottom of the third. And Evan Sauer, number 3 in the batting order for the Warriors, up to bat first. Evan had himself a single back in the first inning. Pitch misses. Next one down in the dirt makes it a 2-0 count.
A few of our Chilton Tigers fans chirping in here. Kevin Johnson, Emily Bingham Williams, both saying go Max. Max Miller with the big hit.
This pitch is swung on and fouled back and out of play. 229 on the computers logged in right now. I think we got up to almost 250 in that girls softball game in the sectional championship. So, boys baseball viewers, see if we can one up them. And now a beautiful curveball was right at the batter and finds the inside part of the plate. No offer from Sauer. Puts the count now at 2-2. A lot of movement on that one. Comes at not afraid to throw it, but that was definitely a little further inside than the last one. He was ready to head back after getting that out on the first batter.
Tough pitch to take. Tough pitch to take. The layoff of.
Comes the 3-2 pitch. And just goes with a steady diet of curveballs and got Sauer to watch strike 3. Gets the inside part of the plate. So another strikeout for the pitcher, Max Miller. And that'll bring up Jake Krieger.
Tricia Visser, listening from the Education Service Center.
Well, Tricia, I saw all 3 of your daughters at the family swim pool the other day. So they're having a good time.
Best wishes for her husband, Andy.
Yeah, he just got a little dinged up in a little accident. This one's going to a slow roller up the middle, picked up by the shortstop. Gooby gets it and throws over to first to get the out.
Ground out to the shortstop for the second out.
2 up and 2 down, and Chase Beam coming up.
22, Chase Beam.
Yeah. Chase having a good season, but flew out to right field his first at bat of the game. A little quiet here with the bats. Very good pitcher. Brings the fastball on that pitch. That's looped over first base, but misses well foul on the first base line. Strike 1.
The biggest day in Chase's athletic career. Coming here to a sectional. Only a freshman.
0-1 the count now for Beam. Nobody on, 2 down. Curveball's going to miss low and away. Yeah, Max, he's very confident with that curveball, though. Just one after another and hitting the spots with it. Just great control on a pitch that's moving like that. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's going to get swung on and fouled back and out of play. Puts the count now at 1-2. Nobody on. Waupun trailing 2-0 here in the top of inning number 4.
There's a reason you don't park in the front row. There's a reason those seats, those parking spots are open, because that car just got smacked.
This is the 1-2 pitch. And again, some of the movement on the ball in that curveball and gets him to chase one. And 2 strikeouts, 1 ground out. Waupun does not get anyone to reach first. And, of course, nobody scores. And after 3.5 innings, Waupun trailing 2-0. Back with the bottom of inning number 4, coming your way in just 90 seconds on RP Sports.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Home and Family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. all you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem. If you suffer from debilitating and chronic joint pain, learn how innovative medicine with human cellular tissue products can get you back to living your best life. Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Casasa Rewards checking accounts? All Casasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees when you meet the monthly qualification criteria. There's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Casasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
Okay, see if Waupun can shut the door here on Chilton and get the bats back in their hand in the fifth inning, where they trail 2-0 in the sectional semifinal. And coming up for the Chilton Tigers will be number 8, 9, and 1 of the batting order, starting with Ryan Lissaway.
Chilton Tigers, first baseman, number 20.
He grounded out over to second base.
Lissaway.
Good-sized kid, right-handed hitter. A little slow on that swing, and down on the count 0-1. Zach Halbach waiting on deck now, number 9, then back to the top of the order in the hole. Bends that one right in, and again swings over the top of it, puts the count quickly at 0-2.
That's a guy you don't want to waste pitches on. It just appears like he's a big, long swing.
It does catch, make him pitch another one as he caught just a little bit of the ball. Keeps the count at 0-2. Not a great day today. Not quite as hot and humid as the other days we've had. Over the weekend it was pretty hot, and things just kind of cooled off. Got a little rain earlier today. Could have used maybe a little bit more early in the day. But not a bad day for some baseball. Their 0-2 pitch. And again, forces Mason to throw another ball as he catches that one off the end of the bat. Count still at 0-2.
You could take a day like today and put it on the Wisconsin tourism website for this is what it's like here in the Midwest. Just beautiful.
Another 0-2 pitch. And that one's going to miss. Low one outside. Count is now 1-2.
Hunter's like, man, I'm getting beat up on the last series here. Balls in the dirt off my inner thighs and body and forearms.
It's a 1-2 pitch. And again, fouling another one off, and making Mason work to get this out. And the winner of this ball game will be playing at a scheduled time of 4 o'clock today for the sectional championship. Winner will then go to the state tournament at Timber Rattler Stadium. That's a great venue, perfect sized venue for the state boys baseball tournament. And then one down in the dirt. So nice job by Lissaway to get himself in a more manageable count now at 2-2.
Yeah, when we drove past there going to Seymour on Thursday, was that?
Yeah.
A little construction, and on the way back, packed parking lot.
He puts a charge in the ball, but pulls it well foul over on the left field side. Yeah, big, strong kid, and he's had a great at-bat where it didn't look very good the first few pitches when he's down 0-2, but now fouls a few off, sees a few balls, and making this a very productive at-bat for Chilton. 2-2 pitch, and that's the one we wanted after the first 2 strikes. A nice high fastball and a swing and a miss by Lissaway.
With 1 out.
So strikeout, 1 down, nobody on. Zach Halbach coming up to bat.
Left-handed hitter. I'll tell you what, you mentioned maybe football, but boy, these guys all have good legs under them. They've definitely been in the weight room.
So bunter up the first base line to see if he can get himself on, but that's going to go foul. Yeah, that's definitely a point of emphasis with these guys on this team out there. The pretty athletic-looking guys.
Yeah. Tuesday morning, I'll see you in the weight room about 6:30 before school. Some people are dedicated.
But they all bought into it.
You
and,
bet.
They're reaping the benefits right now at Chilton. Next pitch is fouled back into the screen. Puts the count at 0-2. Top of the order with Ryan Biarchi awaiting on deck.
Sometimes all you need is about 4 or 5 leaders to get that tradition going and get that leadership going, and the others will follow.
0-2 pitch, foul back. That's all it takes. Those guys kind of meeting up with the other guys, and let's do it. Let's get in there. We got some big goals here, big expectations, and let's get you all in the weight room so we can play the best we can.
Yeah, why not? Get some music cranking, get yourself woke up in the morning.
Another 0-2 pitch. That's going to miss high, makes the count 1-2. Yeah, bottom of the order, but making Holtz throw some pitches here. Shoot, hitting your camera here, Jeff.
Yep, I'll fix it. That's all right.
1-2 pitch, poked over towards second base, and that goes in the glove of Landon Richter. Throws it over to first base to get the out. So 2 up and 2 down. That'll bring the top of the order, Ryan Pierke, up to bat. He walked, and he's been hit by a pitch so far, so he's been on a couple times.
Center fielder, number 10.
He's their center fielder.
Sean Geelan, thanks for checking in. Cooper and Easton checking in. I like it.
First pitch into Pierke. He's going to miss high for ball 1. And this is kind of off the handle and the short to center field and just perfectly lands in a perfect spot to get a 2-out hit. And a tight in on his handles, but fights it just to get it out on the outfield grass straight away. And a 2-out single off the bat of Ryan Pierke. Slate Nolan coming up to bat now. Slate batting .500 in the season, number 2 in the batting order. So far he has had a sac bunt back in the first inning and also has flown out to shortstop back in the third. There it goes on the first pitch. Throw by Camp, and that's going to be a bit late. Good jump by Nolan on that one. Camp's got a nice little, just a whole nice form when he throws that ball up to second base. Just gets it and just a nice flow. Gets that ball off in a hurry, or on the money. But some pretty good speed from Slate Nolan.
All that discussion we had about weight room, and then you see a guy like Nolan. I mean, that's a pitch that most kids are going to get jammed. They're going to just flare that up to the shortstop or second baseman. He's strong enough to just muscle it.
Yeah, this is a line drive, but right at Emmett Hull. Nice job, Emmett, playing right in the right spot. Hauls it in, and they do strand a runner. There was one single in the inning, and one runner stranded. Nobody scores, and after 4 complete, it is Waupun trailing Chilton by a score of 2-1. Back in just 90 seconds with the top of inning number 5 on RP Sports.
Every piece of land has a story. The Upshaw's right there's with a John Deere 1 Series tractor they call Penny.
When your project comes up, you have to just jump in and get involved with it.
From front loader to backhoe, the Upshaws have the tools to DIY all day long. Get a 1 Series tractor starting at $129 per month at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2315.
Contact Ballweg Implement in either of their 2 locations, Waupun or Beaver Dam. Go online anytime at ballweg.biz.
Hi, this is Bucky with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal. Wisconsin weather, it goes through the phases, like us. Whether you need a repair to your current system or an upgrade to a brand new one, we have you covered in all seasons and all phases. Ask about our Guardian maintenance plans to help keep your units running efficiently and reliably all year through. Call 920-763-2301. That's 920-763-2301. Log on allphasecomforts.com.
Okay, sun shining here at Winneconne, and see if Waupun can get the bats going. Now trailing 2-0 in this ball game. Ethan Cunningham will be first for Waupun, followed by Brian Ferris and Conrad Davis.
Waiting off the top of the 5th.
Second at bat of the ball game for Cunningham. And Max Miller still on the pitcher's mound for the Chilton Tigers. A curve on that one and fouls it back for strike 1.
Not only is Miller effective, he's fun to watch out there, isn't he? I mean, look, watch his form, the toe pointed down, good knee lift, everything about it. It's like the way you want your young kids to learn how to pitch. Coming a little bit out of that hybrid position.
This is a pop back and out of play. Everybody to clear out of the way here behind the press box. Yeah, nice little setup right behind home plate. Good place to call the game from. 0-2 pitch, and that's poked over towards second base. That is picked up by Tash and throws the first to get the out. So a ground out, starting things out here in the top half of inning number 5.
Brian Ferris.
And Brian Ferris coming up. He flew out to center field his last at bat back in the second inning. Probably going down fairly quietly besides getting a couple on. This is chopped over towards third base. Charging is Rebecki. Throws over to first. That pulls the first baseman off. And safe at first is Brian Ferris. He's got good wheels. So an error on that throw from the third baseman over to first. Waupun got a base run on. I got to take advantage of it. We have Conrad Davis coming up.
With the ball rolling out of play.
Well, gets him over to second base as the ball rolled out of play after that. So got him over at second base. So there's a guy right there in scoring position for Waupun who just one down. Hunter Campa waiting on deck. This one sails away, misses high and away.
Tough cookie on the mound with Miller, but I tell you what, only 2-0 right now. Mason Holt's doing a nice job as well, keeping his team in the game, and Waupun just maybe a base hit or two away from tying this thing up.
This one curves right in, away from Conrad Davis and right in the middle of the strike zone. No offer from Conrad. Puts the count at 1-1. Check over to second base, and here's the pitch. Brings the fastball this time. A little high and tight, and a swing and a miss by Davis. Count is 1-2. Yeah, 1-2 the count with that runner at second base. A few checks over there by Miller, keeping an eye on Brian Ferris. And it's poked over towards third base, and it's going to go in and out of the glove of the third baseman. Reach down and get a hold of it, but just couldn't control it. And Waupun's got runners at first and second now. So a long way to run for their third baseman, Hunter Rebecki, and he got a glove on it, but just couldn't quite bring it in. Just in a bad spot for him to do that.
Brings up the catcher, number 4, Hunter Camp.
Press box booth people are going to call that an error. Could have gone either way, maybe. I'll agree with them.
Yeah, and a bunt by Camp puts it down. Pitcher picks it up, kind of bobbles it a little bit, and still gets it just in time, but it does move the runners to second and third. Miller made it a little more exciting than it had to be, and just before Camp hits the bag, gets over to first base. So nice play there by Max Miller. But now 2 down for Waupun, but that does bring the top of the order up. 2 runners in scoring position. That tying run standing over at second base now.
Yeah, Max Miller with the strong arm. Other than that, Camp will beat that out.
Yeah, nice bunt. Nice place to put it. You got Emmett maybe get a couple runs in here. Runners at second and third. Can't ask for more than this.
Can't ask for more pressure on a young guy, a young freshman.
This pitch misses. This one's going to miss outside. Puts the count now at 2-0. Haven't checked. I haven't got close enough to see if he's still working on that mustache yet that he worked on about 2 weeks ago. Might not be a whole lot of difference from that time to this time, but we need a big hit for Waupun, and Emmett watches one go by for a strike. Makes the count 2-1. Didn't like that one.
Emmett, the young kid, maybe that's a lifetime of mustache growth. could be all 14 or 15 of his years.
Step out. And count is now 2-1. I'm not going to point fingers at anybody with having trouble growing a mustache. I could never do that very well. Another 2-1 pitch for Miller. And looks over to third. And Bryant Takes about 2 feet to get back over to where he was at third base.
Miller just letting him know I'm aware of where you are.
Watching you. It's a curve and swung on by Hull. It fouls it back. Count is now 2-2. Big opportunity here for Waupun. They haven't seen this chance in the last 4 innings, so Waupun can take advantage of it, trailing 2-0. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's poked over towards second base and picked up cleanly by the second baseman. Dalton Tash picks it up, throws the first, and Waupun strands the couple again at second and third base. They come up empty, and after 4.5 innings, it is Waupun still trailing 2-0. Be back at the bottom of inning number 5 coming your way in just 90 seconds on RP Sports.
This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your State of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net. A reminder for everyone that Bent's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Bent's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Bent's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
Excellence in dentistry meets exceptional service. It's Dentistry of Wisconsin in Waupun and Beaver Dam. From routine cleanings, checkups, and maintenance to more advanced dental care and cosmetic services, choose Dentistry of Wisconsin. Doctors Metzger's, Truckenbrod, Dittman, and Warner, along with their friendly staff, are here to care for you. Visit their state-of-the-art facilities in Waupun and Beaver Dam, accepting new patients. Dentistry of Wisconsin. They'll give you a reason to smile both inside and out.
Okay, we are back. Bottom of the 5th inning. Waupun blows a chance. Not too many opportunities in the ball game. And they strand runners at second and third base. And still, big goose egg on the board for Waupun, trailing now 2-0. Very good pitching by Max Miller so far in the ball game.
Yeah, he worked himself out of that jam in the first inning. And after that, he's really settled in. Waupun's opportunities to score have been not that often.
And speaking of Max Miller, he's the leadoff batter in the number 3 slot, and he's having himself a great game. He had a single and a triple, an RBI on that triple.
Off the bottom of the 6th for the Tigers, the pitcher, number 5.
Nice hit going opposite field with it shooting it over the top of Ethan Cunningham, making it all the way to the fence. Allowing that run to come in. Later on, he scored the second run. On the base hit by Hunter Robecki. Pitch misses. Next one is a hard hit ball, and that's over the top of Emmett Hull out to left field. It gets past Conrad Davis, and that is going to allow Miller to head over to second base.
Score that as a base hit with an error.
Yeah,
runner advancing.
Opportunity here with a leadoff runner now at second base and nobody out, and Grant Miller, the designated hitter, coming up. He has walked. He has struck out so far in the ball game.
Now batting number 15, Grant Miller.
Good hitter, though. That number 3 slot into Max Miller, not only a good pitcher, but a really good hitter. And that one between short and third off the bat of Grant Miller. They're not hesitating, jumping on early pitches. And a hit out to left field. So now runners at the corners for the Chilton Tigers. Back-to-back singles to get things going here in the bottom half of inning number 5.
Base hit by Grant Miller puts runners at the corners with.
We're going to have a courtesy runner, it looks like.
Brings up the shortstop, number 2, Austin Gruby.
And Brandon Hyman coming in to bat. Now how's he waiting? Getting to run, I should say, over at first base.
Probably going to run for Miller. So he probably actually is. He's not a courtesy. He'd be an entry.
Yeah, because that was not the pitcher
No,
coming in
that's
for.
right.
That was
I
for
thought he
the
was-
designated hitter.
I
And now
thought he would go to third, but no, he's going to.
Okay, Derek Stanke taking a slow walk out to the pitcher's mound. Let's take a break. Be back with more Warrior baseball after this on RP Sports.
A reputation for being the best, the toughest zero-turn mower ever made doesn't come easy. It's earned by a precision cut, a perfectly manicured lawn, a job well done. It's earned by outworking, outperforming, and outdoing with horsepower, handling, and versatility. It's heavy-duty build quality and cutting power that means business. Introducing Bobcat Zero-Turn Mowers. Bring tough to turf. See Waupun Equipment Company in Waupun and Watertown today, your official Bobcat dealer.
Excellence in dentistry meets exceptional service. It's Dentistry of Wisconsin in Waupun and Beaver Dam. From routine cleanings, checkups, and maintenance to more advanced dental care and cosmetic services, choose Dentistry of Wisconsin. Doctors Metzger's, Truckenbrod, Dittman, and Warner, along with their friendly staff, are here to care for you. Visit their state-of-the-art facilities in Waupun and Beaver Dam, accepting new patients. Dentistry of Wisconsin. They'll give you a reason to smile both inside and out.
A reminder for everyone that Bent's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Bent's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Bent's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today. This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your State of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net. The Waupun Athletic Booster Club is a proud sponsor of today's game. Here is some of the great support they have offered over the past few years. Golf bags and umbrellas for the golf team, wrestling record boards, a wrestling mat, 3 iPads for football using Huddle, new basketballs for girls and boys teams, reseeding and landscaping of the JV soccer field, support for different tech programs, and more. The Waupun Athletic Booster Club also provides scholarships for athletes. Good luck, Waupun, in your game today.
Okay, we've got a pitching change, a long meeting over at the pitcher's mound, and then they eventually...
Jake Krieger on the mound now.
Yeah, we got Jake Krieger, a big righty on the mound now for
Runners at the
Waupun.
corners and nobody out.
Krieger as well. Only a sophomore. Lots of young players on this successful Waupun team. Themselves a little bit of a hole to work out of right now.
And number 5 in the batting order, Austin Gooby up. Got a little rundown between first and second. Still that runner at third base. Just deciding what they're going to do. They're going to throw to second, and runner's going to go back. He's safe at second, and runner gets back safely over to third base. So trying to draw a foul, maybe an errant throw and get that runner in from third, but they did get the runner from first to second base eventually in the end of that.
Yeah, that's not great execution by the Warriors right there. You gotta record that out without letting that guy get to home, and he really wasn't making much attempt. It was Miller over there at third, and just too late of a throw.
Yeah, he was almost halfway down the line to say, kind of looking at him, and eventually lets that runner get to second. So our runners at second and third, trying to add on to their lead right now. Nobody out. And Austin Gooby so far in the ball game has grounded out and flown out so far. His third at bat of the game. Working inside, that's going to miss just a bit inside. Looking at Jake, his pitching for the season, 2-3 on the season with a 3.66 ERA. Big, strong right-handed pitcher. Normally a first baseman for Waupun when he's not on the mound. And it's hit over a high hop over to Emmett Hull and kind of bobbles the ball, and a run's going to come in. A nasty little hop right at the edge of that infield grass, popped up and off his glove, and just couldn't haul it in. That allows a run to come in, and still nobody out. Runners at first and second.
With runners on first and second and nobody out.
Oh, we scoring that, gentlemen.
Number 7,
An error.
That'll be an error if all those other ones are errors.
Yeah, I think so.
Hunter Robecki up and tries to bump the runners over, but it's going to pull that one foul. 0-1 the count. Things just not flowing here for Waupun. Now trailing in the game 3-0. And a very stingy pitcher, a very good pitcher on the mound with Max Miller for the Chilton Tigers.
That may be the biggest factor. Waupun able to get more than 3 runs is going to be tough.
Bunt again, brings the bat back. He's going to miss low and away for a ball. Puts the count at 1-1. Yeah, great season for Waupun. Ranked number 8 in the state. A tough sectional when you got number 1, number 5, and number 8 ranked teams in your sectional.
Yeah, wow.
Denmark's still alive after winning 5-4 in 7 innings, getting that 5th run in the bottom of the 7th inning. A little meeting now with Hunter and his pitcher. Count at 1-2.
Yeah, top-ranked team in the state, and Notre Dame giving them bell right down to the end. So yeah, there's no slouch there either. So very, very good quality sectional that Waupun's in today.
Yeah, Notre Dame was down 4-2, and they scored a couple to tie it up, and they took it right to the 7th inning. Just going to get the runs in the top of the 7th for Notre Dame, and that one's going to go right back up the middle, and a base hit off the bat of Hunter Obecki. Bases are loaded, and still nobody out for the Chilton Tigers.
With nobody out. For the left fielder, number 12.
And Brandon Hyman in as the runner there. He was waved in all the way, but he stumbled around third and had to scramble back. Would have been a very close play at the plate if Waupun would have came up throwing even.
Kenyon Davidson comes in now to bat with bases loaded, nobody out. Davidson was hit by a pitch so far. He struck out. This is his third at-bat of the ball game. Yes, I knew going into this was going to be some good pitching. We saw some of those ERAs from some of the pitchers at .38 and .62, and this one hits the batter, Kenyon Davidson. Second time he's been hit in the ball game. And that will bring in another run for the Chilton Tigers, now leading 4-0. Turned into a rough day here for Waupun.
Number 20, Ryan Lizaway.
Just can't get the bats going, and now a few things just not rolling their way so far in the game. Too many errors. And really making like a mountain to climb here to try to get back in this game against the pitching that they're facing. And this one is going to be fouled out of play over on the first base side.
Yeah, again, if you're not a believer in the weight room, this should make you one. Bigger, stronger kids Chilton has here today. You know, obviously some amazing pitchers they have on this staff, but I mean, other than that, you know, the same skill set athletes, but they're just so strong, and things going their way, able to hit balls a little bit harder.
Okay, back to the plate again. He is Ryan Lissaway. He's one that had that, even though he got a strikeout back in the 4th inning, had that nice at bat against Mason Holtz. Made him pitch a lot of pitches to finally get the out. That one over towards first, knocked down over there by Holtz. He will get the runner, tag him out on his way to first base, but it does bring in another run. Good job by Mason to knock it down and grab it and go back and just tag the runner as he's going by.
One scores for the Tigers.
Runners at second and third, but that's just the first out of the inning with 3 runs into the inning. Waupun now trailing 5-0. Bottom of the 5th inning. And runners again at second and third base, so still threatening with only one down.
Mike Gopalin checking in. Says, let's go Warriors. Trying to root this team on to come from behind victory.
Showing bunt, and that one's going to get fouled back. We need Mike to give us the pronunciation of the college at his daughter Gracie Gopalin, the Energizer Bunny for Waupun. Give us a pronunciation on that college that she's going to. Division I school, but I think I've maybe have seen it before. Look that up on Facebook where they had that announcement. Congratulations to Gracie. See her at the game. Swings on the next one. That's going to get fouled back and out of play.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you don't know who Mike is, it's probably better known as Gracie's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that in my life as well. As so have you guys. I know that. Your kids are successful in athletics.
And that one's a one-hopper way back to Krieger. Looks the runner back, throws to first to get the out. And one runner all the way over to third, kind of going back and get that out before the runner crosses home plate, and they do. Good job stopping another run from crossing the plate. But Pond ends it with that nice play, the double play, and now a 5-0 lead for Chilton after they score 3 here in the inning. Started out with a couple base hits, 3 base hits, had an error in the inning, one player hit by a pitch, and 3 crossed the plate. And Waupun now trailing 5-0. We head to the top of inning number 6, and we'll be back in 90 seconds with more Waupun Warrior sectional baseball on RP Sports.
And Andy with us here at the other bar, Main Street in Waupun. Summer is upon us here, Andy. Jump outside, take in this beautiful weather, have a little lunch on the patio out there, huh?
Absolutely, Nick. It's my time of year. I love the summer months. You can always find something going on here. We got the patio open, of course, open until close. Come out and see what we got going on. We got something going on in here with the Brewers in the NBA playoffs, and of course I've got all kinds of different beers on tap and spirits to go with it.
They're changing all the time, but you get some summer seasonal stuff going on there.
Yeah, we transition quite a bit. We've got 16 different tap lines. I've got 3 of them dedicated to IPAs. We usually have some sort of bourbon barrel on tap. We've got Scotch ale on right now, and we got ambers, we've got ciders, we've got just about anything you can find under the sun.
Andy with us here at the other bar, Main Street in Waupun. Delicious wraps and pizzas and burgers and fish fry and the whole deal all week long.
Pizza and all-you-can-eat shrimp and fries on Monday. Tuesdays, of course, is Mexican. Wednesdays is wings after 4. Thursdays is build your own burger. Friday is fish all day. And Saturdays is appetizer special. Buy one, get one half off. And Sunday, of course, we do wings all day long.
Andy, have a great week. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick. Go Brewers.
The other bar, Main Street, downtown Waupun.
Okay, we are back. Max Miller still on the mound with 63 pitches according to the scoreboard here. It's kind of nice to have that. I like that pitch count because that's a huge thing in a ball game, so everybody kind of knows what's happening with the pitchers, where they're at right now, pitch count wise.
Yeah, I was asking the gentleman what the pitch count was right in front of me the entire time. I was just not used to that.
Mason Holtz follows the second pitch in back and makes it a 0-2 count. Randy explained too what happens with Mr. Miller. He could come out of the game soon and actually pitch in the next game if they continue on and take on Denmark.
Yeah, that should be right.
That's on the ground in between the legs of Hunter Rebecki out to left field. So maybe just the beginning of something happening, a little break like that with an error on the third baseman.
Mason Holt reaches first on an error.
Yeah, you're allowed 100 pitches in a day, so as long as it's the same day, it's not something umpires usually have to worry about, but I'm quite certain he can come. He could be, as long as he pitches today, which would be the following game, he would be eligible to throw.
That brings up Evan Sauer. He had a single back in the first inning, also has struck out in the ball game, called strike on the first pitch in. His third look at Max Miller in the ball game.
Evan nodding in agreement, saying, yeah, it's definitely a strike.
It was a little fastball, but misses high, puts the count at 1-1. Yeah, some masterful pitching that we've seen from Max Miller.
And efficient, under 70 yet in the pitch count.
Top of the sixth inning, Waupun trailing 5-0. And he smokes that right at the third baseman, in and out of his glove, picks it up, throws it across the field, but it's hard hit ball Does move the runner over to second base, and eventually the out from Robecki throwing it across the field to get it. Not happy with himself right now, but one out on the board, runner at second.
With one out, it brings up number 9.
Infield, they've got some good arms on them, don't they?
Wow.
Wow.
That was a bullet over there.
We saw that one, I don't know if it was a chopper or an actual bunt where it was mishandled by the pitcher, and then I thought for sure Hunter Camp was going to beat that out. And
say that catches the inside part of the plate, and a called strike with Jake Krieger at the plate. Chase Beam awaiting on deck.
Not much room between Krieger and that ball, but Jake does crowd the plate. His hands are almost over center of home plate.
And jams him on a high fastball, and he fights it up but pulls it foul and out of play. Yeah, so far in the game, Jake has struck out back in the first inning and has grounded out in the fourth inning. Runner at second, but Waupun had a couple opportunities. The runners at second and third just couldn't get a runner across the plate. The opportunities were there. He's going to squirt away from the catcher and heading over to third base. Now is Mason Holtz. Time running out of the game. Top of the sixth inning, one out, runner at third. 5-0 deficit for Waupun, facing a very good pitcher in Max Miller. And that is hit high in the air down the left field line, and it's going to get pulled foul. Out of play. Put a charge on the ball, but just pulled it. Makes the count 1-2 to Jake.
I'm not sure you could hit a ball out of here today. That's a pretty stiff wind blowing almost straight in from center field. Would take a blast.
It was the 1-2 pitch from Miller, and that's popped in the air. Who's going to call for it? Looks like the first baseman's going to backpedal all the way to the outfield grass, and Lissaway brings it in for out number 2.
Fly out to the first baseman for the second out of the inning.
So 2 down for Waupun with that runner still at third base, and that'll bring up Chase Beam to the plate.
Chase Beam.
Max Miller, he kind of dropped down 3/4 arm or sidearm that time, gave a different arm slot, different angle.
There's the curve one in. That's going to stay inside for ball 1. He's got 75 pitches in the game. But they do have another nice pitcher if they get to the next game right now with a pitcher that has a .62 ERA. Austin Gruby.
Yeah. Nearly double of Miller's ERA, which is still under 1. Yeah, that's impressive.
That's going to squirt away from the catcher, and trying to score is Holtz at first, and he's in. So Waupun on the board, but still a mountain to climb, down 5-1. And just bounces off to the left away from the catcher, Slate Nolan.
Well, they've broken the ice. Man.
So here we go. Waupun on the board, but still in the sixth inning, top of the sixth, down by 4 runs and 2 outs and nobody on base. 2-1 the count on Chase. That one's going to miss just a bit off the plate. Puts the count now at 3-1. Yeah, been to Winneconne for a few games. I know a softball game that was decided in extra innings. That one's chopped over to third base. Waupun coming out of the short end of that. And a clean throw by the third baseman, Hunter Robecki. One of those clean plays over there. He got it. Waupun does get a run, but still trail this ball game by a score of 5-1. Bottom of the sixth, just 90 seconds away on RP Sports.
Let's spring into a new career with Saputo. Become part of a great company and team. Due to their continued growth, Saputo has full-time benefit-eligible maintenance and 12-hour shifts available in their Alto facility. Saputo offers entry-level pay starting at just under $23 per hour and operator's pay starting at over $26 an hour. Great benefits and shift pay. Log on Saputo.com/careers. Spring into a new career at Saputo. Saputo is an equal opportunity employer.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. and school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Wisconsin.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Waupun on Radio Plus. Contact your local Edward Jones financial advisor for your investment needs by visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Bottom of the sixth inning and top of the order now up for the Chilton Tigers. Ryan Piarki falls the first pitch in from Jake Krieger. Now the pitcher for Waupun. Yeah, rough outing here. A lot of errors for both teams, actually. Not a real clean game for both teams. But some great pitching for Max Miller, really shutting down the Waupun hitter so far in the game. It's going to curve a little low. 1-1 the count now to Piarki. Next pitch is swung on and fouled back. Puts the count at 1-2.
Jake Krieger doing a solid job. Only had 18 pitches since he came into the game.
And it's chopped over towards third, but I was going to say that is just foul. Yeah, so American Legion girls softball coming up, and you're going to be umping at that game coming up tomorrow night in Waupun.
That's correct.
Beginning of their season.
That's correct.
It's exciting stuff.
I was told there's about approximately 30 teams in the state for this inaugural year. I believe Minnesota had it last year. A couple other Midwest states. It's going to be fun.
And this one is poked out and is going to fall right in front of Ethan Cunningham. So a leadoff base hit going opposite field for Piarki.
Base hit to right.
Put a base runner on for Chilton. Yeah, with a great tradition of softball in Waupun and the great tradition of American Legion baseball in the town of Waupun. It just seems like just a natural thing to for Waupun. And as a matter of fact, Derek Stanke, the head coach for Waupun, is the head coach for the Legion girls softball team and is the president, I believe, of the Legion softball in the state.
Yes, he is. He will be the state director or a state president. And I think his experience with the boys in American Legion and all the trips to the nationals and state and all that, made him the perfect person to the experience.
Oh, that's going to go over the top of the head of the throw over to first base, and that's going to allow Piarki to get over to second base.
American Legion softball, you have to thank those Legionnaires and putting their time and energy and finances behind these programs.
Yeah, it's been a proud tradition for decades and decades in Waupun for Legion baseball, so I'm glad to see with how good our softball team is that they are in on that too, and the Legion definitely supporting them all the way. So we'll see how that goes. I think it's going to be a huge success.
I'm not sure even what time that starts tomorrow, to be honest with you. We haven't really gone over the details.
Yeah, Derek might have had his mind on other things.
And I didn't want to bother him with that question today. Yeah. But, it's, it'd be cool if they got a huge group down there to watch that, be a part of history.
Pitch into Nolan is swung on and fouled back and out of play. A great season for the Waupun Lady Warriors softball team, getting to the sectional championship and ran into a buzzsaw with Freedom, knocking them off 9-1, and an unbelievable sophomore pitcher that's going to be back for a couple more years. We'll see how they do at State Freedom. Certainly look pretty solid against Waupun. I like their base running. I liked how they hit, how they were patient at the plate. Against Waupun pitchers, just so many good things about that Freedom softball team, defending state champs in Division II. 1-2 the count now for Nolan. We'll check over to second base. Here's the pitch, and that's poked out towards center field, and Brian Ferris awaiting it. hauls it in, throws a
bullet.
Bullet over to third base. Pretty good arm strength there for Brian Ferris.
Fly ball to center for the first out.
Runner still at second base, and that'll bring up
Runner at second and 1 out.
Max Miller, not only doing a great job on the pitcher's mound, but also with a bat in his hand. He's had a couple singles and a triple in the game so far, and has crossed home plate a couple times. Nice athlete.
2 out of those 5 runs coming on his shoulders, along with just a dominating performance on the mound.
Not sure where Max plays. Let's see if they got that on the sheet up here. Shortstop or third base. Say that got him listened to besides being a pitcher. They should have made this table. Just made another 3 inches. I won't keep on flipping it over. Okay. Bring her over now. 5-1 deficit for Waupun. Runner going on the pitch, and that is swung on and fouled back and out of play.
Waupun's mayor checking in, saying the Waupun Legion softball game is at 5 o'clock with a pregame ceremony at 4.
Is the mayor throwing out the first pitch?
I don't know. I told you I'm umpiring. I don't know that much about what's actually happening. So,
yep, just tell me when I got to be there.
Just there to call balls and strikes and do what they ask of me.
And that is over towards second base, and that's going to hop up on Landon Richter. And they're going to score a run with that error at second base. A little tough hop that kind of got up into the shoulder area of Landon and got its way out to right field, allowing the runner to score.
The run scores. Makes it 6-1 in favor of Chilton. Runner on first.
Waiting for the official score on that one.
No, I mean, that's tough, but I think you have to score that probably as an error, even though it was a tough hop.
Yep.
Wasn't that hard hit. You can't say too hot to handle.
And that's going to get off the glove of Krieger, the pitcher, on a hard hit ball. It's picked up by Richter, throws to first and getting the out.
Nice job.
Hitting Miller out over at first, but it does advance the run over to second base. Good job by Landon coming in and across his body, throwing the ball over to first base to get the out over there.
Landon, he's
a runner at first base for.
Have an intentional walk.
Oh, they just with the intentional walk. Okay.
Austin Ruby puts runners at first and second with 2 outs. Your batter is now number 7, Hunter Wolbecki.
And that one's down in the dirt. It's going to get past the Camp, the catcher, and back to the backstop, and runners advance to second and third. So 2 down, runners at second and third. A 6-1 ball game upon trailing Chilton.
Yeah, now intentional walk to load the bases. Get that force at home.
Waupun will now intentionally walk Hunter Wolbecki to load
Keep
the
talking,
bases.
Randy.
Yeah, it's going to put a little more pressure on Krieger right now to get the job done with the bases loaded. No room for, this is number 12 now. This is Kenyon Davidson. Okay, so Steve's going to take care of an issue here. Oh, a hit by pitch. Just as I said that, no room to put him, and hit by a pitch is going to score another run.
Just all kinds of mistakes right now here by this Warriors defense.
It's going to push Max Miller across the plate.
Wow. Everything going wrong, exactly. It's kind of snowballed on Waupun, just confidence kind of going, and everything just not going their way right now. Bases loaded, 1 run comes in again, 7-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Oh, wow, and then Jake goes behind the helmet of the batter, Ryan Lissaway.
Yeah, it's kind of much courtesy there, not trying to score on that with a 7-1 lead. Bad news is Max Miller probably going to come out here in the 7th with only 79 pitches, be able to finish up this game, and he has been red hot on the mound.
Yeah, rough outing here for the Warriors, but a great season. I want to start singing their swan song here, but it's been a great season. It's going to get past. Camp goes and throws it home, and runner safe at home plate. Makes the score now 8-1. Runners at second and third base as that one gets past Camp on a high pitch, and said nothing going Waupun's way right now.
With 2 outs.
And we will definitely hook up with Legion baseball and softball late in the season, in the playoff time, but it's usually a time for us to take a little break from the radio station. I know Jeff is going to be doing some stuff with his video streaming.
Yeah, softball American Legion state tournament is going to be in DeForest.
The softball state tournament?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought they originally had it in Waupun.
No, I think it's in DeForest. That's what I was told.
Okay.
I've been asked to umpire in that, and it's going to be apparently in DeForest.
Okay.
Is there only one level this year, or is there a 19U and a 16U, or?
I think there is. There might be 2 divisions, but I believe there's 2 different classes, but I think it's only varsity.
He is popped out into a short center field. Looks like Landon Richter is going to call everybody off and haul it in, but damage is done. 3 runs come in the bottom of the 6th inning. Waupun now trailing 8-1, and they're down to their last 3 outs with a mountain to climb, like you said, against a very tough Max Miller trotting back out to the pitcher's mound. Back in 60 seconds with more Waupun Warrior High School baseball on RP Sports.
She's made comments. Her friends have hinted. You even have pictures on your phone of what she wants. You know her type, her style, and her taste. Now all that's left is the ask. Hi, this is Kate from Geisber's Jewelry. New diamond inventory has just arrived with a beautiful selection of engagement rings. Before you get down on one knee, come see us at Geisber's Jewelry. 5 generations helping say, I do, in a special way. Geisber's Jewelry, Main Street, downtown Waupun.
The Britton House is not only your stop for delicious prime rib, sandwiches, salads, burgers, and Sunday brunch, but Wednesday nights, it's fun night. Come on out to support a nonprofit in the area. The Britton House is famous for another word that starts with a B. You know it. And they host it on select Wednesday nights. Book your reservation at 345-1800. 345-1800. The nonprofit changes monthly. Grab some drinks, food, and friends, and get to the Britton House of Waupun Wednesday night.
The Waupun team is having a sweet season. Speaking of sweetness, let's all get to Gooth's Candy. Gourmet coffee, specialty popcorn, a sweet bite of gourmet chocolates, and more. If you're seeking the finest, choose Gooth's Candy. Come and see them for some yummy homemade chocolates, turtles, drink specials, specialty popcorns, candy, nuts, ice cream, knickknacks, and much more. Main Street, Waupun. And
we are back for the top of inning number 7, and Waupun trailing now 8-1 in the sectional semifinal.
Don't look at mine. I'm talking to the gentleman next to me. He's looking at my scorebook. It's so messed up right now.
Randy always prefaces it by saying this is not the official score.
That's right.
The official stats of the game. And Max Miller, again, on the mound. What a masterful performance he's had against the Waupun hitters.
Yeah,
pretty impressive showing, along with how he swung the bat. This is hit down the left field line, and along the line, that is going to bounce away, and that is a fair ball. Heading over to second now is Cunningham, and the ball comes in, a leadoff double for Ethan Cunningham. Little charge in the ball down the left field line.
Yeah, way to go, Ethan. Well hit, well struck ball.
Double down the left field line. Brings up.
Yeah, our Waupun City Mayor Ron Bishop get a correction there. He says yes. The game is at 5. Pregame at 4:45, and he will be throwing out a first pitch, I believe.
Okay.
It's going to be kind of a big deal tomorrow.
Bring up Brian Ferris, swings on the first pitch, and that one's going to float out of play over on the first base side. Count is now 0-1.
Hopefully, American Legion softball takes off, and people can say 10 or 15 years from now, I was at that first game.
I remember going to the games, and even when I was a kid, we followed them all the way to Tomahawk. I believe for a state tournament up there once, and had the huge bleachers in there, swing and a miss on the big sweeping curveball. The next pitch in, and makes the count 0-2. But that was a big family thing to do, and bleachers just full when you went there. It was a pretty raucous crowd, a little different crowd than you get at the high school games sometimes. That's poked out towards right field, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. And Waupun's going to try to score Cunningham from second base. And an RBI single off the bat of Brian Ferris, scoring the runner from second. Yeah, Waupun might be on life support, not dead yet, but definitely on life support in the ball game. So 1 run in, runner at first base, and number 8 in the batting order, Conrad Davis coming up. 85 pitches now for the pitcher Max Miller, with nobody out.
Yeah, as Yogi Berra always said, it ain't over till it's over.
Here we go. 8-2 in favor of Chilton. Definitely tell Max is definitely running out of gas a little bit here.
Yeah, he might have just relaxed a little bit with that big lead.
So we're going to cruise home and take the victory, but Waupun, no, we're not going to give up yet. So that says a lot about the players. It's kind of a slow roller, and got to be a player at first base, and Miller gets there just before Conrad Davis. Made it pretty close over there, but good job by the first baseman coming over and getting the ball and flicking it over to Miller to get the out at first.
Yeah, good athletes, as we mentioned. Strong kids, good athletes, really showing speed there. Conrad Davis runs extremely well.
That'll bring up Hunter Camp. Again, this last batter and this batter, the 2 seniors for Waupun. The rest, everybody else will be back playing ball again next year. A called strike on the first pitch into Hunter. The future looks bright for Waupun baseball. Same with the softball team, with just 1 senior on the team. Everybody else coming back. Jammed him on that one, and he pulls it on the ground, foul over on the third base side.
And from what I'm told, Lexi Lehman, the lone senior, is the only one that's not going to play Legion ball, so that whole crew will be together.
Oh, good, because they were wondering at first about who's all going to participate in it. I know a lot of them have clubs that they've been on.
I believe Lexi is going to stick with her friends in her club that she's played with.
Slow roller up the third base line, but it's going to make it foul about 20 feet up the line. Yeah, it's kind of a decision because that's not really the situation that you have for boys baseball, but it's a lot more prevalent for those players to be on these different club teams that they have. So that says a lot about their commitment to Waupun base or softball if they're all going to come back except for the senior.
Give opportunity for someone to develop at third base and prepare them for that high school season next spring.
With somebody coming up in the program to fill the spots. And I think it's going to be a tough crew to try to replace if they lose a lot of seniors, but it's one of those consistently good programs, and there's always somebody waiting in the wings to fill those spots. So expect big things out of them over the next few years. 1-2 pitch down to the dirt makes the count 2-2.
Yeah, not sure. As you said, Max Miller looks like he's tiring a bit, but maybe mentally too, just lost focus here in the 7th.
Yeah, just hit high in the air out towards left field, and Davidson gets underneath and hauls it in for the out. Waupun down to their last out. That runner at second base and trailing 8-2. That'll bring up Emmett Hull. This is a young man that we're going to see for the next 3 seasons yet after this season, just a freshman this year. Had himself a great season in that leadoff spot. You just don't normally see a freshman in that spot. This pitch is going to miss just a bit high for ball 1. It's been a fun season, keeping an eye on all the teams around the area. Oakfield girls still alive yet, and they'll be playing on Friday morning at 8 a.m. in the state semifinal game in Division 5. We still have a team in the area. Not sure how Lemira did this morning and how Beaver Dam did in their game for boys baseball, both playing the 10 a.m. games in their sectional.
Are the Mayville girls in as well?
And Mayville girls.
Mayville girls,
yeah, that's right. We were discussing putting them on, and really no one could quite swing doing that, so we decided not to cover them. But Oakfield we are covering at state.
Max Miller wants to finish this game. He was disappointed he didn't get that called strike right there.
There's a called strike, and then kind of a check on that swing, and then just blowing it by and makes the count 1-2 upon down to their last strike of the 23 season. 2-2 the count.
I'm guessing fastball right here if I'm Miller. I'm rearing back, throwing some gas.
And he does, and that is swung on and fouled out of play. Keeps the count at 2-2. 98 pitches. Of course, he gets to finish the batter no matter what happens here. So that runner at second base, 1 run in. Waupun scores 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, but Beaver Dam, they won their game?
Yep.
Against Manitowoc Lincoln. So good, 3-1. And that is hit out towards right center field, and it's going to go, and Waupun's going to score another run, now trailing 8-3. Good job by Emmett Hall going right field with it, slicing one in. Actually, Max could actually, pitch here and finish out the batter.
Yes, he can. He would be allowed to finish. 100 is the pitch count, but he's at 99, and you can finish the hitter you started with if you go over 100.
Well, Waupun going down swinging, but still down by 5 by a score of 8-3 with 2 down. Runner at first. And Mason Holtz up to bat. Called strike on the first pitch into him. He could make it a little interesting. Senior at the top of the order for Waupun. Number 2 in the batting order up the bat right now with Holtz. Number 1 got a base hit. Evan Sauer waiting on deck. Throws some heat, but that one misses well high.
Holtz can get on base. That would be the end of the day for Max Miller.
Yeah. This is his last batter he's going to see. 1-1 the count. Another pitch for Max Miller. Going down Holtz and falls it back. The count at 1-2.
Mason disappointed in himself. He thought he had a pretty good pitch to hit. Drive.
And let's see, Lemira losing in their game to Random Lake by a score of 3-1. So Lemira is done in boys baseball. Those are the only other two teams, the baseball teams around. We had, Randy said Mayville still alive for softball. They play at noon.
Yes.
They play at noon coming up down at Goodman Diamond down in Madison. I don't think we're covering them. We are covering Oakfield. I'm going to be a board op for that game. He kind of fights it up with a slow roller over to first base. And Lissaway picks it up, touches first, and that is the end of Waupun's season. And they lose 8-3 to a very, very good Chilton Tigers team. And Chilton will move on to the sectional championship game. It should be a good game between Denmark and the Chilton Tigers. That's coming up scheduled time of 4 o'clock today right here at Winneconne High School. We'll take a little break, come back and talk about the game to wrap things up for the season for the Waupun Warrior baseball team back after this on RP Sports.
Most of us plan ahead in life. We plan for our wedding, our children's education, family vacations, and other life events. Understanding the benefits of pre-planning your funeral has prompted many to take the step and plan for their own arrangements. The biggest reason is so your family is put at ease by knowing your decisions are taken care of. The burden is lifted off their shoulders. Call 324-5547 to discuss pre-planning your funeral arrangements.
Coles Community Funeral Homes, Markesan, Randolph, and Waupun. Shop these and more great deals all this week at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly. Get classic California iceberg lettuce, 99 cents each. Ripe mangoes or large avocados, 5 for $4. Get large eggs, a dozen of them, 99 cents with your card. Bacon, $3.99 with your card. Piggly Wiggly butter, $2.99 with your card. These and more great deals at the Piggly Wiggly Waupun all this week.
When's the last time you reviewed your Medicare or your health insurance benefits? Do you have a plan? A lot of people choose plans that don't fit their healthcare needs or budget. Don't make that mistake. We here at SIA Insurance work with many different companies and carriers to get you the best coverage at the best value. For more information, contact SIA Insurance at 999 West Main Street in Waupun. Call SIA Insurance at 324-2071 for free help.
motor repair and replacement, pumps, pulleys and belts, barn fans, distribution of Milwaukee tools, and more. With convenient locations in Oshkosh, Waupun, and Fond du Lac, WW Electric Motors are your trusted local business for electrical and mechanical apparatus services. Just like our area teams go, WW Electric Motors can make it go too. Over 65 years in the area.
At W&W Electric Motors.
Where you go?
Welcome back to Winneconne High School. A rough outing for the Waupun Warriors, dropping their sectional semifinal game. Their season is done. They lost 8-3 to a very good Chilton Tiger team, so hats off to them. And they move on to the championship game for the Chilton Tigers, taking on the Denmark Vikings in that ball game. So good luck to both of those teams. But again, rough outing here for Waupun. Put quite a few errors up on the board. Had some opportunities in the game. That first inning, runners at second and third couldn't get one to score, and had to face a very tough pitcher and hitter with Max Miller in the ball game.
Yeah, Waupun ended the game with 5 errors. Gave up the 8 runs, and competitive most of the way. But yeah, a really quality team in Chilton, and you just can't give them those 4 and 5 out innings because it's going to come back to haunt you. And as we said, a team that's really bought in, and guys that you could obviously see were in the weight room doing what they need to do in the off seasons to propel themselves. And hey, Steve, who you picking in this next game? Wow.
I think they're both going to be throwing some pitchers that have under a 1.0 ERA on the season.
Right.
So with Groovy, probably I'm guessing the guy they might be throwing on the mound. They also have Ryan Lissaway, who's 4-1 of the season with a 1.35 ERA. But I would guess kind of Mr. Groovy has the most appearances and wins after you get past Max Miller. So that's who I'm guessing on that one. And don't know any of the guys from Denmark. I was just going to dive into that, hopefully, because Waupun was going to hopefully play them. But I know they've got a couple pitchers that are sitting real low with ERAs like that too. So it's going to be a couple stud pitchers going at it here in the championship sectional game.
Yeah, I can quickly just give you a couple stats for Waupun here. Again, they had 5 errors in this game, but Emmett Hall was 1 for 4. Mason Holtz 1 for 4. Evan Sauer 1 for 3. And Cunningham 1 for 3. Bryant Ferris 1 for 3. Nobody else had a hit in the game. So Waupun with just those five hits, which is almost an accomplishment going in against the guy with a .038 ERA. He's not letting too many guys hit off him. So, a learning experience for these young players.
Yeah, very impressed with the team that I saw Waupun play today. They kind of shot themselves in the foot a few times with some errors out there, racking up like 5 errors in the ball game. So it was kind of a rough outing defensively for Waupun, but still a fun season. We got to see them play numerous times during the season. They're a nice team. They kind of surprised the coach, Derek Stanke, with that young team and the accomplishments they had and the season that they had, the recognition they got in the state. So I think we got a pretty bright future and can't wait to see what happens next year with the Waupun Warriors. So that's about it, Randy.
It is. And again, reminder, don't forget about that American Legion softball tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, first pitch. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
Historic, yeah.
Be there.
Yeah, that starts at 4:45 with the opening ceremony, and the starting lineup starts at 5 o'clock. And again, it's a pretty big deal. So head on down to Jerry Meadema Field and kick off the beginning of the Legion softball in the state of Wisconsin and in the city of Waupun. So, again, congratulations to Derek Stanke and his Waupun Warriors, the great season they had, and they've got a lot more coming up in the seasons to come, so that'll be fun to watch, and we'll be able to see a lot of these guys in American Legion baseball out on the field, too. So, looking forward to watching that and Legion softball. I hope you enjoyed our presentation. Thanks to Jeff again. Great job on the video streaming. What a great product for people to be able to see the game back at home. So thanks a lot, Jeff. And Randy for joining me, making the trip over to Winneconne today. So have yourself an excellent day and tune in tomorrow morning. The morning show, I'm sure Nick Rush will have a few highlights from the game on the air during a sports cast at 7:35 and at 8:35 tomorrow morning on The Source. That's it. That's Waupun baseball here on RP Sports.
Radio Plus Sports.
Free throw line, nice back cut, and a find to Cale Peterson. And Gracie Gopalin puts it up, puts it in, gets knocked to the floor into the free throw line. A little crossover dribble, goes up with the right hand, gets it to go. Waupun on a roll right now. Will go up with the left hand, puts it in. Another steal and a basket for the Randolph Rockets. Vanderwerf getting the ball to Spies, and she pounds one down and puts it off the arms of Delaney Rudinger and out of bounds. Waldo's going to get it near the middle, and DeVries pushes it off to the right. Off to the races the other way. Throws it up to Emba, throws it down and in. Unbelievable alley-oop to Ben Emba, throws it down for the two. What a feed into Ben Emba from Will Sines.
Dual feeds Johannes again. That one off the window and in. Johannes to the line.
Thanks to our sponsors in today's game.
Laconia has the basketball with a chance. Madigan gets it in for Engel. Back to Madigan. Spots up. Got it! He scored!
And people, there are your state champions, the Randolph Lady Rockets. Congratulate them on an unbelievable storybook season. Your Waupun Lady Warriors are champions of Division III girls basketball.
The complete broadcast schedule can be found at radioplusinfo.com.